Not. It's not currently broadcasting, but it is about to.
I didn't even see the fucking podcast. Oh, there, finally.
And yeah, everyone should already be subscribed there live at 240p. It's the lowest. It's
240p?
the lowest resolution I could do.
Am I loud enough? Can you hear me?
Alright, hold on a second. Using the magic. Okay, yeah, fucking live now. I want to know if we can hear our voices. Holy shit, I'm loud as shit. You know what though is funny is that over the Skype calls, it won't turn down someone else's volume when someone else's talks, so I think it's actually better than YouTube's dumbass hangout shit.
Well, and then we'll. What's the resolution and the frame rate like?
Here, I'm going to link to it in our chat, so hopefully it shouldn't pop up when I do that, so that Forge can go look at. Forge is really quiet again.
Shit. Well, I have to be a little bit quieter because
You might have to turn up your fucking volume output, or not unless you moved your microphone.
how's that?
That's still quiet.
Mm.
Oops, what am I doing?
I gotta try and. Well, I have to talk a little. No, I have to talk a little quieter.
Oh,
'Cause, people are sleeping.
but I mean, I think your microphone just went quieter than usual.
Yeah, if you have to talk quieter, turn up the gain all the way.
I can't though. I don't know how.
It should be in, fuck, where is it? Mute your microphone, that's not it. I think it would be in, like, tools?
Tool.
Mute microphone, hold, hang up, show to fucking dial pad, ugh.
How's the
Audio
frame
settings,
rate?
here you go.
How's the frame rate and how is the resolution?
Okay,
Because
yeah,
even at
audio settings.
240p, it should actually be pretty nice and visible.
Here's
Alright, I've got it.
microphone volume, and mine's all the way maxed.
Yeah, I've
Here's
got it
automatically, automatically adjust microphone settings. You should probably turn that off if you have it
did.
on.
I have it all the way up now. Am I good?
I guess that's better. That's
I mean,
still
Talking quieter is why.
okay. I think you're fucking. I think that's all right then.
All right. As long as you can hear me.
I can, and if I can hear you, then I think the fucking phone should display. But yeah, the automatically adjust microphone settings. You should unclick that if that isn't already.
Yeah, it is.
What is advanced options? What is this? No, this is just the fucking basic options. Whatever.
Let me spread this link around to people.
All right, yeah, post that on
Well,
Twitter.
of course, it's Sunday night, so no one's gonna see it.
Yeah, no one's gonna see this. Well, otherwise, but yeah, we can't post this to our blog because that shit's gone. You won't see that no more.
Well, now that we fucking
Oh, shit. Yeah, I think there's like a 1 minute delay or so. Or no, I think it's like 20 to 30 second delay on the stream itself, so it's not as perfectly live, but it is working. Like when I unpause it.
yeah, it's working.
In fact, wait, I can turn the volume on my speakers all the way down, and I can play the. Is this going? Oh, so the live chat's working. The live chat's working.
Oh my god! For once, it's about
Because
time.
yeah, the new that's why
Yeah,
they
the
disabled the
stream.
live chat is because the game streams now have a live chat like Twitch is supposed to be.
Can you-
Amazing.
Can you tag this with Half-Life or something? Well, we probably should not be
We
tagging
can't-
it with the actual game.
We can't tag this.
No, I can tag it, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't. These are just supposed to be podcasts. These aren't really.
Can you
supposed
look
to
up
be
the
game streams.
achievement for the whatever it is, pacifist?
I pass a fist.
Right through your urethra.
I'm gonna
Pass it.
try and do that. I'm gonna try and finish all the achievements that I don't have, which is pacifist and fucking the one free bullet.
Oh, isn't that fucking impossible? Oh, maybe not.
Damn it! I thought I was being quiet before. I suppose I wasn't.
The live chat, by the way, I don't think I can actually watch it.
No, neither can I. Doesn't matter.
I suppose I could. I have no idea how.
You would have to have the YouTube video page open,
We could.
and I can't do that. I cannot do that
I'm
right
not going to do that.
fuck it. We could summon Cool Mod and he could keep it.
No. Oh well, not. No, he's on probation.
For fucking up the podcast?
He's ruining this podcast.
He's fucked it up
Ruined
more than
hours.
anyone. More than
Hours of
anyone.
podcast.
Plus, I mean, really, the show is just us. Who gives a fuck about anyone else? Fuck 'em.
Ruined fucking had to throw away hours of podcasts just because.
You were actually more upset about that than we were.
Well,
then-
it's just, it was a huge waste of time. I mean, shit.
But then
Yeah, it
again,
is.
I mean, everyone seems to be more upset about shitty webcomics being dead than we are. In fact, other people are like, ugh, fucking Logic doesn't even care that about his Tumblr. It's like, well, if you think Logic doesn't care, you should see us. Now, if there's someone who really doesn't care about their
Yeah,
Tumblr,
he clearly
no
put
one
work
tops
into
us.
his. We are the ones who are definitely attempting to get ours shut down.
yeah, we like since a year ago, I was trying to be like, okay, how can we shut this motherfucker down? And it was like, as soon as I listened to the last podcast again, and as soon as I found out, like within a minute of us being like, the podcast or the fucking shitty webcomics Tumblr is deleted, finally, and just fucking like, what took them so long and all this shit, and it's like, oh, I won't have to do this shit no more. And just for the entire past week,
do this shit
I've been
no
like,
more.
oh, yeah, we'll need that shit no more. I was just, for the entire past week, I was like, oh, here's something else I don't need to do anymore. Oh, here's a funny link. Oh, that's right. I don't need to screen cap this and post about it and include my thoughts about, like, well, here's something else about social justice. It's stupid. Is it? No shit, it's stupid.
Well, how's your permanent hiatus been going?
It's great. I got so much shit done in the last couple days.
Yeah, same here.
Finally.
I've told you about this, Forge, but I started writing a novel.
Ah,
I have so much free time, I can just write a novel.
a novel about
Yes.
werewolves.
About
fucking.
werewolves fucking, there's fucking porn. Thomas has already shot like 12 loads on himself.
On himself. He hasn't even gotten to fucking
he
chicks yet.
hasn't even gotten around to fucking chicks yet. He's just so much jizz is being spilled, so many loads are being spilled, guns are being kicked around. Like, it's like Anthony Cumi's house on Sunday night.
My God. It already sounds like the greatest novel ever written.
It is. Well, it's certainly the greatest werewolf novel written. And then just maybe the second greatest novel written.
I mean, it would be like the second werewolf novel ever written because there's no fucking werewolf books.
Yeah, there's no actual books about werewolves ever written, and I don't count the Anne Rice one that you sent me.
Definitely
Yeah,
don't count
it's-
Twilight.
It's a piece
Yeah,
of shit.
those
There's-
are just people who turn into dumb dogs.
I've talked about this before on Twitter, but there's one called The Last Werewolf by Glenn Duncan. It's
Well, that-
really good.
That has some fucking fucking in it.
Really gross fucking too. But the first half is good, but then he meets a woman, and then it goes downhill
They
from
bitch,
there.
just bitch rips her.
Well, they've
No.
like they fucking they do the nasty on a corpse of a guy that they rip open.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Pretty cool. I'm a little drunk, by the way.
I don't know what was taking you so long. That. Oh yeah, what were you having? White Russian
White Russians, not black Russians. of
increases the
course.
chances of conception. Let me explain something about the dude.
Do you mind if I do, Jay?
Mind if I really, James? Huh? Strong man.
Strong men
also
also cry.
I remember that from the movie and from the Powerpuff Girls episode, which was literally just a retread of the movie.
The what makes a man, girls? And they're like,
Because the line, of course, that they're a pair of testicles, which the Powerpuff Girls can't say. So I think, yeah, all right, now that this is working, I think our streams should be, first of all, there'll be much higher frame rate when we play games, but again, we'll be just ignoring the games.
Well, I won't really be able, especially if I'm going to be farming for achievements. But the key thing is,
Hold on, I could
What are
actually.
you
watch a
playing?
stream.
I can't see.
I think he's playing just Half-Life 2 Episode 1, isn't it?
Half-Life.
yep.
It's a great game. It's a wonderful game.
Graphics are up pretty fucking nice. Looks really good on my end, as usual.
As usual.
What I really want to do is actually do a live stream where because I mean in 2 or 3 days MGS5 comes out. I want to do a live stream where we're playing that and making just laughing at the stupid fucking cutscenes.
They're laughing at you. He's laughing his sick fucking ass off.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Yeah, that's what we should do. That's exactly what we should do. Is just stream Metal Gear.
Tell me where Metal
Maybe get your account suspended over it.
Fucking David Hayter. If you can't, you're not gonna do a Metal Gear game without David Hayter. What are you doing?
Well, I would say it's in a way better because they replaced him with fucking Jakku Bawa.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck.
Well, who else are they gonna replace him with?
David Hayter.
Well, he's not playing Solid Snake though. He's playing Big Boss.
It's
Big
a different character.
Big Booze.
See, that's another thing. Is if you're making a Metal Gear game, why isn't it about Snake? Why are you making?
Yeah,
it
I
about
agree.
fucking Big
It's
Boss?
because he ran out of ideas. There's nothing more he could do with Snake, which it was really stupid to make him old and 4. But you know,
I really
the
like
games are
Piss Walker.
stupid.
I really enjoyed Piss Walker.
Yes,
Piss Walker.
Piss Wasser. This is your drive drunk off a pier. Anthony Cumia sang that song in Metal Gear in fucking GTA 4.
I wish we weren't doing this so late at night. I could be a little bit more loud.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I only woke up like a couple hours ago, and when I woke up, I was like, "Oh, are we gonna even be able to have Forge on the stream?"
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, this is the new Google Gaming stream thing. So yeah, the streams themselves will they're in silky smooth 30 frames per second.
Oh, it's not choppy anymore.
No, it's I think you did turn the graphics quality down, but it still looks 1,000 times better than the
Yeah, it's the resolution.
Much better.
The resolution's way down. But yeah, that's the thing is you couldn't stream at a lower resolution.
Yeah, you couldn't control it for the game because it wasn't meant for that.
And
it
it
was
still looked like it was dog shit anyway. It
Yeah.
was like streaming in like 900. It was like streaming at 1200 by 900. It was an insane resolution, but it looked fucking atrocious. And
the frame rate's really 2 frames per second.
And the frame rate sucked.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the frame rate.
What was the achievement you want me to look up?
Just look for the achievements I haven't done yet. It's only 4 of them. Just look up the 4 achievements I haven't done yet.
I don't know which ones you have or haven't done.
I'm drawing.
Well, the most ridiculous, stupid sounding ones, those are it. Just look for those. But I already know one of them is the one free bullet, so I'll have to be watching for that myself. One of them is to light 15 zombies on fire with a flare, which I'm surprised I have not done yet.
Oh, that one's easy. Pacifist. Contain the Citadel core without killing any stalkers.
Yeah, as far as I know, that's not possible, but if there's an achievement for it, it must be possible.
It says, if you did not kill the 2 stalkers near the Citadel core, the achievement should unlock along with containment.
Yeah, but
that's
you have to... Here's the first one.
That's the entire achievement guide. I just read out the entire guide for it.
Okay, well, that makes no sense because you have to kill them in order to fucking power up the balls. Oh,
Yeah,
that's the other achievement I need.
Power up my balls.
Yeah, here,
Power
watch.
balls.
Watch this. I will need to kill these guys in order to progress through the game.
I think it's just the ones in the fucking Citadel core. I think that's it.
And again, they need to be killed in order to progress through the game.
You know what? I'm Forge. This is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Is this Citadel better than the Citadel from Mass Effect? I don't know.
Yes.
I like that though when you go into the fucking the Citadel and you literally just sell your name to every store for a discount.
It made me laugh. Mass Effect 2 was so fucking great.
It was a good, although it was still a dumbed down version, but it was like,
Yeah, I know.
It was, but it and the first one are really good.
Yeah.
I like the third one. It's very underrated since everyone complains about it.
Oh my god! No, the gameplay itself, I didn't really like it.
I thought the gameplay was about the same as 2.
It was. It was
The big difference was in 1 and between 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was that they had a big change in style.
They streamlined the shit out of it, basically. Shit.
And there's reasons.
Yeah, I hated that. Especially early on in the game. Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do here without killing these guys?
I think you just kill them. I don't think it matters.
And I really liked the vehicle sections in 1. I'm like the only person that did like.
Yeah, I did that, but after a while it was
I
like
hated crawling up the fucking wall. They needed a hovercraft, and then 2 introduces a hovercraft. And it's like, holy shit, this is gonna be awesome.
Was that in a DLC though?
Yeah, it was in a DLC, and it's like, okay, finally, we're gonna fucking explore some planets in 3, so that I don't have to scan. I don't have to scan planets slow as fuck. And then you never get to do that.
I like the little hopper balls in this. They go unstable and shit, and then they explode, and then it exploded.
It exploded.
Did you say it turned inside out and then it exploded?
But the animal's inside out. Was that David from Roseanne? Was that him?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I don't think so. No. I don't know.
Like him.
I have no idea.
From Big Bang Theory?
Oh, yeah. I remember him. But yeah,
Fuck that guy.
I don't think he's in that.
I hate that guy.
To be honest, I don't know. That was a great movie, though. Great movie.
I mean, I don't.
We were talking about what was it you were gonna save up for either End of Eva or fucking because before the podcast and we were just talking because we have to test out like everything because what we're doing now is we're just having a Skype call, fucking thing, and I'm pretty sure the whole thing is actually, I don't know if your end of the mic is broadcasting.
Mine? Yeah, it is. I heard myself.
No, my brother's. I mean.
Oh, I heard him too.
I have no.
But
idea.
I mean, through the YouTube video.
I can't test it.
Yeah, I can't test it either. I can't test it.
You're the only ones who can. You're the only ones who can because I'd have to.
I can't test it.
I'd have to turn off my game.
All right. Let me just look and make sure.
I don't think I can though because it would just fucking blast straight through my microphone. I gotta walk over.
And I know I can't because I'd have to turn off my game, which means turning off the stream.
You're both in the stream. I can hear them.
Yay!
It should be because I know the fucking microphone broadcast is on.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous to test because it's like so slapdash, but
yeah, you're both in there.
But I mean, that's the thing is that the Google Hangouts would do this flawlessly. It was like no question it was working. We didn't even need to test it, but the whole feature and shit. Of course, they disabled all of that. It's like, what's the point? But
because they're assholes.
I don't know if YouTube will let you stream the fucking Metal Gear Solid game because Konami might give you another copyright strike or some shit.
Oh
I don't give a shit, and I know people will be streaming it anyway.
Well, here's the thing: our podcast may be fucking. We might not do too many more of these because, like, what's left is there to fucking do?
Well, there's plenty of things to talk about. Especially since honestly, I keep checking Tumblr every few minutes now.
Yeah, I check it off, and there's no. It's like dead. It's a dead site now. There's no updates anymore.
I mean, that's partially because the only blogs I followed were providing content or otherwise made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And now anything that provided content to the blog, I don't follow anymore because it's not important.
There's a lot of pornography on Tumblr. That you can follow.
Yeah, well, I do pornography everywhere.
I follow Boogaroo and I follow some of the other porn guys, but
Boogaroo.
Yeah, I like Boogaroo stuff. Boogaroo stuff is raunchy as fuck. It's just fucking sleazy and disgusting in all the ways I like.
But what I can do with this finger is pretty happy. And I put it everywhere. Lubricated, of course. The only bug spray gets the damn stuff off. Who knew?
Bugs. This fucking creepy or the creepy aliens.
Have you been surfing with the boys? My neighbor Chris got a bod. You're a prick, man. Suck me off.
Alright.
I can't burp to finish it, sorry. Shit. See, there's plenty to do on a podcast.
There's always, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing is that before this, we were just doing the Skype call regular without the podcast. And it's like,
You know what's even better about the new podcast? No need to answer asks.
yes, boy, that's
Finally,
I won't miss that shit.
I don't know why you bothered in the first place. Fuck those people.
Because we just had so many. It's like, oh, this could provide discussion.
I like the idea that people were contributing something to the blog, but really,
or interacting. But
after a while, it got pretty tiresome.
Well, it's not just that. It's that on top of everything.
It's like you don't need to argue with these people.
We're not going to argue with these people.
We sure aren't going to be arguing with these people.
Not going to have arguments. But the fucking the whole it's like I don't even read webcomics anymore, and it's like when I think about it, it's like I can't even bring myself to check Sinfest out of like morbid curiosity.
It's so boring. Like
when I look at Sinfest, I mean I haven't seen it in months. The last time I saw Sinfest was when somebody submitted to us a fucking Sinfest comic, and that's the last time. I haven't gone to the fucking, like, I had a fucking bookmark for it and I haven't checked it.
It's so, like, even the bullshit aside, it's so boring. Like, oh god.
Yeah, I always thought it was one of the most boring fucking web comics. Like, I would say, no, I don't want Jeff Jacks to hear this and be like, yay, they freaking said something positive. But I would say Sinfest is worse than Questionable Content, slightly. But in other aspects, I would say that Questionable Content's still worse.
Questionable Content is extremely boring.
Yeah, it's like mind-numbingly empty. Like, even Sinfest is annoying, at least. Sinfest has something going for it where it's like annoyingly incorrect, like ideologically incorrect, and like self-confused in the same way that modern feminism is self-confused, where you know, modern feminism is just wrong and doesn't even know what it wants.
You know what? Self-confusion pays off, though. That guy's making a ridiculous amount of money.
Well, I don't know if the Sinfest guy is making a lot of money, because I think his comic, like, even his own fans have been turning on him. And I think like the feminists who would agree with it, they don't like art anyways, so they're just like, I don't want to read this.
Let's see if Sinfest has a Patreon. Let's see.
Oh, fuck.
Tatsuya Ishida,
I'm not sure how the fuck that even happened.
who loves to have his balls stepped on by...
I think Tetsuya Ishida wants to be cucked.
He's
Holy
one of those.
shit.
He's one of those faggots who wants an anime girl to step on his face.
I don't see a Patreon. Good.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Patreon. I'm surprised, but I think he does make some money off of his awful shit.
He might be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, he could be rich.
Does the comic for fun.
Yeah, that's his idea. Well, I don't think it's fun anymore because he has to do it every single day, and he's clearly has run out of ideas.
Oh god, that bored. I mean, I'm bored just thinking about having to do a shit like that every single day.
Every day, and he does it because like Calvin and Hobbes did it. He's like, oh, I can do the Calvin and Hobbes.
He's no Bill
better
Watterson.
than He thinks he's 10 times the Bill Watterson.
Or he always thinks he's equal to Bill.
Because he acts like a wigger.
I give Bill Watterson a lot of shit, but he's legit probably a genius.
Yeah.
I mean, was, anyway.
He's at least a good artist who did fucking, like, that's the thing. I used to read Calvin and Hobbes, not even because I thought it was funny, because I didn't really even think Calvin and Hobbes was funny. I just thought it was interesting to read. Like, it was, like, fascinating to be like, well, his babysitter is chasing him, and now she's, like, an alien and shit.
His
like
babysitter was
the way
his
his mind would reinterpret everything in that sort of like childhood way that was like legitimately childhood. And it was like, it was like cool. Like I liked reading about these weird adventures and crazy shit he would get into.
Spaceman Spiff articles were always fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me.
It's funny, and now that the blog's gone, all of a sudden we are talking about webcomics again.
Well, I mean, Bill Watterson, he loses quite a lot of points for his bullshit with the syndication. He should have, a long time ago, done what the Bone guy did and go off and publish himself.
Yeah, do self-publishing and
Self-publishing.
And I'm sure he could do that right now.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's good.
Like Dave Sim did.
He could do something new and original that's
like
all
Dave
him.
Sim, and also do fucking comics about the male light being swallowed up by the female void, like Dave Sim did.
It's the best metaphor I've ever heard for females.
Just makes me think, wow, that Dave Sim guy must be really cool.
Shit. But he's not, and that's what bothers me. Is he's not doing anything. Fuck Bill Watterson.
I don't get it either. I don't understand why he did. I mean, he's probably cashing in so fucking hard he doesn't have to work another day in his life, but
he's not though. He didn't fucking allow it. He hates money.
I think the book sales. I think he's making money, so much money off the books. He probably lives a really like cloistered, like frugal life, so he doesn't spend a lot of money. He's probably very niggardly with his fucking paychecks.
He's frugal. He's frugal in intellect now. He's a fucking stupid old man who
still
can't
does
understand the internet. He can't understand what these kids are doing. I'm not gonna do the internet.
I think even
people who get like all old.
Even Harlan Ellison.
Yeah, Harlan Ellison understood.
Cheapen my craft. I wouldn't cheapen my art. Fuck you, Bill Watterson. Fuck everything about you. Fucking. I have a book. He talks about his legal battles with syndication with the people who literally.
Was this one of the Calvin and Hobbes books, or was it?
These people legit
Look
own
out, Josh.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Shit.
He doesn't own Calvin and Hobbes. They're not his. He signed them over to these fucking people. It's his fault. 100%. But no, they're the bad guy. They're evil. They want to monetize my... Fuck you. Fuck everything about you, fucking Bill Watterson, you piece of shit.
Harlan Ellison gets like that about his money. Is like he wanted like money for, but not that I blame him for that. But he was like, okay, give me like somebody give me a few $1,000 if you're gonna put my interview on this DVD thing. But he says that Hollywood fucking doesn't make a move without asking for like $1,000.
Yeah, writers get shit on quite a lot.
Yeah,
he's probably legit a genius, but he's also a fucking turd. Yeah, that fucking guy. He's a huge fucking turd. Like
very money
that whole thing about with that whole exchange with him and Penny Arcade. Penny Arcade were clearly in the wrong in that situation.
I do still side with Harlan Ellison on that one because
it's the only time I'll side with Harlan Ellison.
Yes, fuck Penny. That's the thing though. That only has really just outlined what I've never liked about Penny Arcade.
Yeah. Oh, the picture of those two fuckers, that bald fuck and that bat-faced little shit. Those two motherfuckers. Pig-like. Yes, they're bald and pig. I fucking hate those two. Fuck those guys.
They're really just smug cunts who think that they're better than everyone else just because the comic was more popular. And it wasn't good. Their comic wasn't better.
Driving their fucking Ferrari.
Yes,
I read maybe 3 or 4 of their comics and then I got bored. That's it. That's all you get.
It's not good. It's not a good comic. It's really just mundane. It's the same old dumb, boring, dumb shit.
They have horrible taste too.
Before you shit on
the Crystal Chronicles. Do you remember them talking about Crystal Chronicles at about the same time that fucking Half-Life 2 was coming out?
Oh god, ages ago.
Oh yeah, that's an old fucking game. But I remember that. Yeah, like Half-Life 2 is a game that like changed the entire games industry. Meanwhile, they're raving about like, I can't wait for Final Fantasy: The Crystal Chronicles to come out. It's like, what the Final Fantasy, the what's? Oh yeah, that game
Square.
that disappeared after like a week.
Oh, Squaresoft, shove it in my ass.
Yeah.
Shove it in my ass, Squaresoft. Ooh, deeper.
Shove,
me like you
shove
hate-
an actual square into their ass sideways, so the
Fuck me
pointy
like you
bits
hate me,
rip
Squaresoft.
their
Do it.
colon.
I hope I don't shit right for a week, Squaresoft. You're fucking so good. My God. But fucking you two little pig-like sons of bitches before you shit on a literal
They both do
fucking
look like
genius.
pigs. They're both
Like-
pigs.
Harlan Ellison is like a living fucking legend. He's a huge dick, but he's a living fucking legend. You can show him just a little bit of respect, for Christ's
You know
sake.
what's sad though is that like they sort of set the Penny Arcade guys up for like a pun that almost no one could understand.
Yeah, what the fuck is that thing?
But if you're paying attention, you wouldn't
Fool's
have been.
cap.
Yeah, the fool's cap thing. If you were paying attention in the slightest, you would have known what the fuck was
Yeah,
going
the
on.
context of it
Yeah.
makes it pretty obvious.
I've never heard of like a scrap of paper being called a fool's cap, but
I
like
have.
I would have tried to like perceive it's like, okay, we're getting two hats and he's getting a scrap of paper. I would have
Really?
at least asked, okay, so what's the explanation for this? I don't get this
Yeah,
one.
at least ask. That's
Never heard of that before?
I've never heard of that before in my life. Not
it's like
not
a-
even a little, not even a hint of it before in
I
my life.
suppose it might be like a Midwest kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Heck, I've heard of it.
I don't
heard
know
of it
then.
before. But
Maybe.
see, if they're a creative team, if they're creative people, they probably should have known what it was. You'd
Well,
think.
I agree, but I think that comes. I don't know.
I'm a
you
better
have to
writer
find
than
the
either
word
of them,
somewhere,
and I don't
this-
know what it means.
I don't know. Fucking, I have no idea. I've never
No,
heard
no,
of
no.
it before.
We can hold them accountable for that. They should have known what it was. If
Well,
they're-
I would
At
have
the
think
very least,
in
act like
context,
human
he
beings.
should have heard. In context, they should have understood that there was a context being spread right in front of them of like something happening, and being
they're
like, "Oh,
they're the fool's cat,
yes."
man.
But I would have Here's the thing: I would never have turned to Harlan Ellison and be like, "Hey, how come you're not putting on a hat that's supposed to imply that you're a stupid idiot?" Because I would be like, "Harlan Ellison isn't the stupid idiot. We are." I would have accepted that full. But that's probably why they didn't get the joke, not because they never heard of Fool's Cap, which I'm sure they probably didn't because no one has. But
Like,
it's
you know
because
what it was fucking. They were sitting next to Harlan Ellison, for Christ's sake.
they thought they were equals to Harlan Ellison.
Yeah,
They weren't.
you're fucking nothing next to Harlan Ellison.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he did the whole bullshit about I wrote Terminator 2, blah, blah, blah," which is bullshit. But it's fucking Harlan Ellison.
Yeah, he
For
still wrote
Christ's sake.
stuff that's significant. He actually did shit. But yeah, and these
They
other
have
guys
no
are guys
mouth.
that just make a stupid webcomic. So it's like, who gives a fuck?
They have no mouth, and they must scream.
They have no mouth and they must oink.
They have a snout, and they must starve.
What we could talk
We've
about?
worn out that joke.
We were talking. I think weren't we mentioning End of Eva because we were talking about fucking Robin Williams.
How did we go from Robin Williams to End
Was
of
he in
Because of,
autofocus? Because of that movie Autofocus he
No,
did?
no. It was 1 hour photo. Autofocus was the one about with Greg Kinnear. That was a great movie though too. I actually think that was a much better movie.
Oh shit! I'm very drunk. I need booze.
I assume you've never seen Autofocus though.
No, I've never even heard of it.
Fantastic! It's about
I am-
Bob Crane, the guy who was the lead from Hogan's Heroes.
I am
was
Penny
like-
Arcade-like in my ignorance.
But Bob Crane was like one of the first video sex addicts. Like he was a sex addict, but he also like him and his friend pretty much invented the sex tape.
Oh wow,
And
it's quite an invention.
like the first videotapes in history they used them for sex, and then the first video cassettes in history they used them for sex, for just recording all their fucking and shit. And it was
Well,
just
really, what else are you gonna do with fucking VHS?
yeah, exactly.
But this
Uh-huh.
is the invention of the thing.
Yeah, it was like before VHS actually existed, when it was like reel to reels, and they would like physically cut them to like I had it in my home movies to make fucking sex tapes and that shit like that. And just like because he was on like a sitcom that was really highly regarded, and then it just started tanking his career and just all this shit. And it was written and directed by the guy who wrote Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy, which are also great, like some of Scorsese's best. Um,
No,
and
I've never seen Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver, you know what is sad is that me and my brother here is that we saw Taxi. I remember when we saw Taxi Driver, I was like, wow, this guy looks like he has a great life. And then I saw the movie again a couple years ago, and I was like, oh wait, you're not supposed to want to emulate him. It's supposed to be
You're
really
not supposed to want to go and kill a bunch of criminals and N-words and social justice warriors
yes.
with
Oh
a
my
bunch
God.
of guns.
With a 44 Magnum. Have you ever seen what a 44 Magnum will do to a woman's face? They'll destroy it, it'll blow apart. Forget about it. Have you ever seen what a 44 Magnum will do to a woman's pussy? Now that you should see.
Oh shit.
And
That's what
God.
Martin Scorsese's cameo in the movie, those are his lines. Martin Scorsese says that himself in the movie. It's so great.
It's great.
Shit.
That's great. But yeah, the point of Taxi Driver is he's like a Vietnam vet. It's not really outwardly stated he's a Vietnam vet. He's just a guy who like has trouble sleeping. He can't sleep at night, so he wants to find a night job where he just drives taxi. He's like, I'll work anytime, anywhere, because he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't have friends. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He goes to like porn movie theaters to just sit there. It's like, but it's like so great to see like a porn movie theater in New York in the 70s where it's like you can actually get a bunch of candy and popcorn and a fucking Coca-Cola and here's $1 and that pays for all of it. It's like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Here's $1. You can see the movie, get a fucking pop and a popcorn. Meanwhile, nowadays you do that, you need financial aid.
Financial aid, but
I have to pee out some of this booze and get more.
all right, I'm gonna just
I'll
keep
be
talking
right
about
back.
And making
Taxi
sure to
driver.
drink
Talking about
water.
Taxi Driver.
Make sure you drink water, Gatorade. But yeah, that was the thing about Taxi Driver is that like he does all this, but it's supposed to be like what a sad, lonely life he has. And now I understand that after seeing the movie recently. But I remember seeing it as a teenager and being like, wow, I can't even leave the fucking house at night. And this guy gets to drive around a fucking 70s New York City.
He actually has freedom.
He has money and he can go do things. He can go buy guns illegally and shit. That sounds awesome. But yeah, that was the reality of the movie. The first time I saw it was that I didn't really get it. But now that I saw it again, I was like, oh, this is a fucking because it's so much more evident about like it's a guy who just is like slipped through the cracks. He's like adrift in existence in like one of the most densely populated cities on the fucking planet. And it was sort of like it was like a thing no one else was talking about the reality of just feeling alienated from the entire human race and not being able to connect to anyone in any way, not even in a meaningful way, but even in a non-meaningful way, just not not being able to do that while living in such a densely populated city where it looked like everyone else was just
Basically,
killing
it's
each other.
problems that women don't have.
Yes.
It's problems that basically men have.
Yeah, because you see the women, except I guess for Jodie Foster, but
But she's 12.
yeah, she's 12, but she seems to have a nice life carved out for herself. She's fucking dudes who are old. It's weird though, but yeah, upon re-seeing the movie, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it, and yeah, now I understand why people consider it to be such a great classic. Because I thought it was just like, oh, here's a guy, he drives a taxi and then he shoots some people, so who cares? And then because that's when I was a teenager, I was like, fucking, I don't get it. Because his life was so much freer than mine. Hey, that's what it's like living with a fucking single mom.
Yeah, the trials and tribulation. But he was also an adult by
Yes.
that point.
So were we though. And
We
we
started off as children, and we had to fucking grow out of that. That's even worse.
We had to train ourselves not to be children because we had no... Like, living with a single mom is like having no parents because moms don't know how to
Yeah,
raise...
I started thinking, that's the thing. That's the way I started thinking about it in my 20s. It's like, how would I describe this to somebody else so they can understand? And I started saying, I considered it to be that I was raised by wolves. And I
Yeah,
would tell
that's what I was...
everyone who would listen, which was nobody, that I was raised by wolves.
And no one would still... In fact,
No
that's
one
why
cared.
we created the blog, because, like, no one's gonna fucking pay attention to us anyways, and I dare them to. And, of course, fucking, you know, all of a sudden, people are getting offended. It's like, so you won't listen to reason, but you'll listen to people who are trying to offend you. Where's your priorities?
You're
Faggots.
specifically going out to find people who are offending you, so
Instead
you
of
can get
just listening
upset
to...
about it.
Instead of just fucking listening to rational people. They ignore the rational people and they fucking pay attention to the rational people who are making fun of them. That seems to be the only thing they fucking listen to, these social justice types. That's why we knew that the only way to confront them is to fucking mock them, because if you try to ration and reason with them, they block you first. So it's like, if they're gonna block you, you might as well call them a cunt anyways.
Yeah, they are the ones who set up these rules, and then when you play by them, they get extremely offended because you
They
win
don't play by those
instantly.
rules. They don't play by the rules they try to set up. They don't care. They're not interested in an argument. We're not going to have arguments with these people because they're not going to have arguments with us. So shoot them.
And they're always wrong.
Shoot them. I'm sure she's right. And then just fucking put a bullet in their head.
Wonder if I've already killed one of those people and didn't even realize it yet.
You mean made them commit suicide, which counts?
Can
Oh, you mean the stalkers in the game?
Stalkers
No,
can
fucking...
commit suicide? I didn't know that.
You should make them, if they're social justice warriors, you can make them commit suicide by triggering them. Oh. Anyways, yeah, we're just talking about social justice again.
Holy shit, what did I miss?
Not much, really. But, the, fucking... Yeah, well, didn't we mention Robin Williams for... It wasn't about his fucking...
It was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, that's right, we're talking about Mrs. Doubtfire because I was talking about fucking the... Because I was talking about James Bond.
It was about how when I was a kid, I loved the movie, of course.
Oh, that's right, you were going to talk about this. That's right.
Oh, I was going to talk about it. It was fucking, when I was a kid, I used to think, the mean old mom is trying to keep them from having fun, blah, blah, blah.
Because
that is
she divorced him.
That is the lesson of the
what a
movie.
meanie. But the thing is now that I watched it when I was an adult, he's a fucking sex offender, straight up.
He's a tranny. He is a
he's-
tranny, a mentally ill tranny.
Yeah, he's just a disturbed person. He doesn't need to be anywhere near his kids.
I would still trust him with his kids more than I would trust a single mother.
I
Yes.
don't know. She's a successful woman. She's got lots of money.
She's
That's
fictional.
exactly why she needs somebody around to actually take care of her kids for
A
her.
man to put her in her place. You lying old hag. But it's still, though, I would consider him less creepy in that movie than in 1 Hour Photo, which is why
Oh, well,
1 Hour
of course.
Photo got mentioned.
That's a given. He's super creepy in that movie.
But
Well,
like
what
you
does he
mentioned,
do?
though, he's
What
not
does
really
he
the bad
actually
guy.
do in that movie?
No. He's a good guy in that movie.
But like in
So
1
you're
Hour
just
Photo.
engaging in creep shaming as usual?
No, well, if what he was doing was he was like stalking and going into people's houses who brought in film from his fucking into his like fucking film development, and who's like only
Oh, there, pacifist. Good. Fuck.
see there, that wasn't too hard.
Fuck this game.
But yeah, like Robin Williams was like, I think he was like in the movie his character's like sort of traumatized by fucking some child molesters stuff. But that was like in the past, and he's like still kind of bitter about it. So he's like kindly old grandpa type, but then he's like you know really tortured inside about this stuff, and
We
so he
can
starts
assume-
stalking this family and that kind of shit.
We can assume that he was raped by a woman.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, by a woman. I would. It's a pretty decent movie, though. Yeah, 1 hour photo. I would recommend it. One of the like fucking scariest scenes I've ever seen in a movie, though, just out of nowhere. It's like a complete jump scare, out of nowhere.
Who's the chick?
I don't remember
So-
anything about the movie except that the kid hands him the Eva doll. Which,
Yes, exactly. Which is why we started talking about Eva after that. This was all before the podcast started recording. But again, we can, yeah, like you said, we can just repeat what we said earlier.
Who's the wire hangers chick? The crazy.
Fucking Joan Crawford.
Yeah. Say he was raped by a Joan Crawford type.
That's what happened.
Joan Crawford. Is she supposed to be a strong, independent single? She's got a great career. Does that make her a good mother?
No.
She's successful. She's got lots of money.
That's what happened. That's kind of what our mom it basically did. Is she went to get a career? I mean, she had to get money somehow, and I don't blame her for that. It's when she was at home that is the problem.
She wasn't like Joan Crawford.
No, she
but
wasn't
still.
Joan Crawford, but that's still she should not have been trying to take care of kids, and most especially in our case, we're male, so all of society is against us. It considers us to be basically cannon fodder. If it was 10 or 20 years prior, we would have been drafted to go to Vietnam and probably have been killed.
If it was like 50 years prior, we would have been like sent to a fucking coal mine when we were 3 years old.
You know, this is how stupid my fucking dad is. He is sad that he missed out on getting drafted to go to Vietnam.
That sounds dumb. That
Well,
does
He's
sound
like,
wouldn't he rather get enlisted? Wouldn't he rather enlist than be drafted? Because it was the draftees who usually got the fucking shaft hardest.
I don't know. He's got this because his dad was in the Navy, and I think our great grandpa was also in the Navy, and he's got this weird fucking fascination, like romanticized about.
You mean like in Forrest Gump? I mean, not Forrest Gump, of course, but Lieutenant Dan said the same
Lieutenant
thing.
Dan.
Where like his past 4 or 5 generations,
They all died.
Yeah.
it's all died in wars. And he was planning to do the same thing, and he was pissed off at Forrest for not letting him die in the war. And then I actually liked his character arc was better than fucking Forrest, or especially Janice, or fucking here's my fat wife Susan.
Fat wife Susan.
That was the only downside, but I liked how his arc is like he goes into Vietnam, his leg's blown off, he's pissed off. Happy fucking New Year's, Lieutenant Dan. I brought ice cream, all that shit. And he's just like bitter all the time. And then he's fucking like, I'm gonna get a shrimping rope, Forrest. And
We really know how to do that impersonation of Lieutenant Dan.
you know what?
now.
It's very well. It's not an impression of Lieutenant Dan. It's just an impression of Gary Sinise in general. But
Or just Jim Norton's
Jim
impression.
it's really Jim Norton's impression. But I mean, it's the easiest thing ever. You just clench your teeth. That's right. But
Punch your teeth and talk low.
yes. And what's funny is they played clips. Yes, it's like you got metal legs to the tangent. Yeah, I know they're metal legs. He actually is talking like that in the movie. It's like, oh, it's not an impression. He's actually doing that.
He actually does that impression in that live show.
Oh shit!
That's fucking. But you mean the new Jim Norton show?
That's what a live show is.
You mean
it
wasn't live though. It was recorded.
I still love Jimmy, even though he.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
still.
he's a simpering.
Even though he
Oh
said-
fuck!
He is a thirsty simp.
Fuck.
He's thirsty AF.
I'm starting to get some keyboard lag.
Ugh. What,
Well,
didn't you change the keyboards?
Of course I didn't. Why the fuck would I need to change keyboards? It
That's
doesn't make any fucking sense.
Thanks.
And besides, the current keyboard that I would have to do that with is so fucking filthy. It will probably give me AIDS.
You need to go clean it.
I'm very
That's what
fucking
you do.
productive when I'm.
My
drunk.
keyboard is so caked with grease, like all the fucking keys, I can scrape them and grease just fucking scrapes off.
It's like not even grease. It's like fucking skin cells.
Sebum. Not semen, but sebum. There's a complete difference.
So it's
Sebum
fucking
is like skin
zit
and
cream
hair
all
grease.
Over your fucking nasty zit cream
Just-
all over your fucking.
It's just fucking like we're just
It's natural.
French. I think it's just because
Yes,
we're French.
or yes, our French.
That's the French genetics.
Heritage.
Heritage.
Speaking of French, unfortunately, there will be no Freaks Squale release in English ever.
I thought, well, the first 5 came out in English, didn't they?
Nope, it's canceled.
They canceled? Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They sell them on Comixology, but they're not translated.
Fortunately, I found a translation of all the new ones too. So hooray!
Are they like fan translations?
Yeah.
They have to do like the scanlations and shit. I mean, really,
Yeah,
if they're not going to translate it, it's like fuck it. There's nothing wrong with piracy.
They're fine. Yeah, if they're not going to bring it in English, exactly. That's probably why they popped up. It's because
where's the one where fucking Xiong Mao gets beast fucked the shit out of her fucking.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Like a cap. I don't know. It's something like that, isn't it?
That sounds right. I thought it was Yong Mao.
Xiong, I think, is really.
Xiong sounds better though.
Yeah, in a way, but
more American, therefore
but
better.
it's like fucking Xion whatever, it's Chinese names. Hey, I don't know that shit. I speak American like you shit asshole.
Let me find the beast fucking for you.
Well, I already have the page. I saved that to hard drive long ago.
Well, I'll give you the
2 days ago.
Fucking translation anyway.
Yeah, I want to fucking see that. I want to see that bitch get her fucking bitch pipe wrecked.
Please hold, I'm finding it. Finding the bitch pipe.
But yeah, we're also talking about End of Eva, or like Eva in general, because in 1 Hour Photo, Robin Williams actually like finds like the kid is like, oh, I like this doll, and it's like a fucking from Evangelion. It's like of the Unit 01, and it's very obvious that it's not just a random toy picked out that the filmmaker was like, oh, here's a toy that a kid might like. It's clear that they fucking they're familiar with Eva, and then at the same time, like the movie itself has shades of Evangelion.
Does he jerk off over a comatose?
Well, except for that,
prepubescent girl.
Volume 5. Shit. Oh man, this is even like higher res, I think. Oh,
yeah, they have volumes 5 and 6 translated. I think that's all that there is right now. Hey, be happy. I finally figured out what the fuck was going on.
So what is
shoving his gigantic, truly gigantic werewolf cock?
Is this like the back cover or something?
No, this is like the very end of.
Oh, it's like just the end of this chapter where they fuck.
Yeah, you can get all the chapters.
Fucking Snowden. Let's see. Previous.
See, they don't. They've lost their memories. She doesn't know he's a werewolf, and he doesn't remember that he's a werewolf. He's just instinctively fucking her.
They lost their memories already? Shit.
Yeah.
Well, why can't they just fucking? She's like, oh, I just realized I'm a fucking whore.
Oh,
who loves
and later
dicks.
on, later on, when they remember shit, he's like, she's not disgusted by his werewolf form, but she's not gonna kiss him unless he's a human. Fuck you, Xiong Mao.
Fuck you, cunt.
You want his hairy fucking werewolf dick rammed in your clitoris as hard as it'll go.
Into the actual clitoris.
Into the clitoral hood is where you want it.
This is a fine clitorid you've got us into this time.
Shit. That's what she wants. Oh, I've drank too much.
That's good. That's always a good start to a podcast, though. White Russians.
I hope I'm not being too loud. My roommate's trying to
Stream,
sleep.
forget about the fucking toe. I'm enjoying my coffee. That kind of shit.
Ooh, I put too much vodka in this one. Oh my goodness.
Oh no! What could possibly go wrong? There's one thing I do like this comic because it's like just kind of fun.
See, the thing
excellent
is,
art.
Now that I've read volumes 5 and 6, they're not as good as the previous fucking. They're not as fun.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's called
Freaks.
It's a French comic written by like a Vietnamese dude or some shit.
I think he is.
He is some kind of Asian, but he's like French born, I'm pretty sure.
It's Florent Maudu.
But yeah,
Maudu?
Medao, something like
Medao?
that. I don't really know French names. I used to be able to count to 10 in French because our grandma on dad's side tried to teach us, but we didn't really.
One of my amazing fans sent me fucking.
Tried to teach us, but I couldn't.
One of my amazing fans
Wow,
sent
that's
me
a
two
reference. That's obscure.
volume 5 and 6 signed by Florent Mudu himself.
Oh yeah, that's right. Must have lived in France or something.
No. These are amazing. I can't read them, but I mean, I know what they say now, but because I got the fucking translations.
Translations.
I like them a lot.
I remember the fucking because the art is just so good. They're just even if you don't know what they're saying, they're just good to look at and be like, oh, people find.
Oh yeah,
because it looks very manga-y, except without. It's got that sort of European sense of like non-exaggerated. Like people don't have eyeballs the size of dinner plates and that kind of shit.
His style has diverged enough that I wouldn't even call it manga now. It's much different now.
The art very reminiscent of Berserk though.
A little bit. The way he cross hatches, yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, the ink lines and the sort of details and shit.
He puts a lot of effort into these pages. It's pretty. I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah. I mean, you can just look at the covers and stuff, but yeah, if you just skim them, it's good. The one of the things though about this comic, I remember reading it and it was like, it's fun, kind of light entertainment. But I mean, the usual stuff bothers me about, especially with that whole era of like the Bush era. So for some reason, there's like swipes at that, just thrown in completely randomly.
That's part of the style of the book. He throws in a lot of pop culture references and shit as part of the story.
It just reminds me of how annoying it is that like the whole time everyone's like, "Ooh, the eve of the war," and it's like, do you even know anything about it? No, you don't, motherfuckers.
Doesn't matter. I just want to do disgusting
I know.
Shit to Ombre.
It's not like significant to the story itself, except for like. There's one part, and I think the last one I read was either 3 or 4, where wasn't it like they're gonna fucking elect a class president or some shit.
I don't remember.
It's like years ago, and I remember just being so fucking annoyed by it because it was like, if this isn't just the most ultimate thing about like college students, like university students, that fucking drives me insane.
Yeah,
drives me up the fucking wall.
He doesn't really tell that great of a story. He's not that great at it.
That's the thing about it, is that the art's great and it's kind of like fun situations and stuff. But as far as the writing, it doesn't stand out to me.
No,
not even because it's bad, but because it's like it's not red-pilled AF, I guess, if you're gonna say.
Well, that's probably why it's not as popular as it could be in France and whatnot. The Franco-Belgian, blah blah blah, that thing.
Well, I don't know. I think it would be more popular because it has that same sort of sentiment that a lot of people.
Well, I mean, their standards over there are really high, so it's not like really popular. Yeah. They got very high standards.
I don't know what would be their fucking high standards, because I figure for them it would be like, just some old stuff.
See, I'm not the one to ask either, because all I want is fucking monsters fucking each other. That's all I fucking want. That's all I'm looking for.
That's what it has. This has a little bit of that, I guess, but not enough.
Enough to keep me interested.
Yeah. I mean, they're fucking... By the page you linked, there's definitely some of that, which I showed that to you.
Who's fucking tearing her vagina open
so
she can receive a larger and larger
she
cock.
Seems quite pleased by it.
Like, if in the translated pages, you make it a point to say that's his natural state. Human is not his natural state.
A human shouldn't be in his natural state if he's a werewolf. But human should be like considered his unnatural, like, disguised state, and then wolf. That's why I fucking have so many wolf fucking stories to write, because there's so many different aspects of it to be explored that no one has dared to touch.
They say that he feels like weak and sick when he's in human form. So
yeah, that's exactly how it should be. Is like fucking the weak. The human form would be the inferior, never as competent form. But then fucking that's the thing with Tomisu is that he's so aggressively kawaii against his will.
Oh my god.
Which I sent you that drawing I got recently that I don't even dare post to fucking even shitty webcomics because I got it like a couple weeks ago and I was like, I'm not showing this to anyone except maybe a couple people. But I showed it to you, the one where he's wearing fucking werewolf pajamas.
No, I don't remember. Show me.
Oh, great. Now I have to show that to you again.
Show me. I'm too drunk to remember.
Show me again. Show me what you're made of.
Favor an old man. I'm so drunk right now.
Yeah, I can't post this because I would have to fucking admit that it exists, so I'm not posting this to shitty webcomics. And it's not anywhere else on the internet.
Let's have a look.
You've seen this, though.
Shall we?
Now you get to be traumatized by it all.
Those little footy pajamas.
Yes. There's the thing is, I actually had another one of him, but it was drawn by Galaxy Spark, which is not the same thing.
Here, I drew this naked picture of ombre. Yay!
Yeah, where's that? Did I see that before?
It's on my Twitter account.
No. I think I may have seen this before, though. It's not completely naked, though. You get to see fucking werewolf crotch fluff.
Seductively naked. And I even translated that shit so I could fucking...
Nice. So when are you doing the one where he fucking bitch fucks Mao? Chairman Mao.
Where he ruins her vagina forever.
He turns her cunt into a little red book.
Where he shoves his fucking...
He's putting his bookmark into her little red book.
Shoves his fucking snout directly in her birth canal.
That would be wrong, though. Women are made to perform oral sex, not to receive it.
Well, he's a very nice guy. He would want her to be happy.
Yeah, he is. He's a little too nice. He's a little too thirsty cuck.
He's downright mushy.
He's not really a cuck, but...
He's not that thirsty. He gets what he wants.
He's downright mushy, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, he's a little mushy, actually.
Too much booze.
Give me the booze.
You know what? I wasn't just sitting in the fridge, so hooray.
That's the best kind of booze, the kind that's just sitting there saying, "Drink me."
Oh fuck! Why'd I put so much vodka in the second glass?
Vodka.
What's wrong with me?
You might need another vodka and tonic to get you on your feet again.
Bullets.
What am I looking at? What the fuck? Take me to this fucking stupid ass blog. What the shit?
What? What blog? Where?
I'm trying to go to one of my secret blogs where I post all the embarrassing shit.
Oh.
Oh, here, wait, yeah, I'll send you a bunch of fucking... This is where I fucking post all the Secret Thomas stuff.
Oh, fuck, I shouldn't try
I
to
shouldn't
work
even
when I'm
acknowledge
drunk.
that this exists. You know what? I don't think I fucking have this over here.
I'm very productive when I'm drunk, apparently.
Neat. Okay,
It is neat.
Post this shit now.
Shit, he just batted the fucking thing away. Where the
Oh yeah,
fuck did it go?
I'm not watching the stream because I'm like concerned about the bandwidth draw it might pull, and it's like I don't want to fuck up my bandwidth.
I'm not watching it either, I'm sorry.
So yeah, if anyone's in the chat, I'm not reading it.
We're ignoring you utterly.
Intentionally.
Send your messages to the fucking 8chan board.
Yeah, send it to the 8chan board or send it to a brick wall. I'll fucking be as likely to read it, you faggots.
Or I'll send you a pizza roll.
Send you a pizza roll.
Well, email me for a pizza roll.
Pizza roll, I love that fucking...
cat.
I remember fucking...
We suggested actually having our sign-off thing. Email us if you want an onion ring.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna change it to onion ring because that's not pizza roll. Here, wait. Here's another one I got of Thomas wearing werewolf feety pajamas.
I want some fucking onion rings now. Oh,
that would be pretty good.
It's adorable.
This one's cute, but which one is cuter? We're talking about my fucking werewolf OC DNS.
Why do you insist on showing him in his human form?
Because I like his human form.
You have to have a contrast.
Yes, exactly.
He's a necessary contrast.
It is a very necessary contrast.
Makes the fucking werewolf part even more spectacular.
He's utterly worthless as a human. Make him a werewolf.
But that's the point, though, is that he fucking acknowledges that he's worthless as a human. All right, what's cuter, that or this? This.
Fair to be judged. Much cuter. Ruin her pussy.
Fucking wrecking.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Right in.
Fuck her right her pussy.
This is a doodle. This one's a doodle, but it's like, even for a doodle, I would have to say Tank doesn't really.
This is
do it
Tank,
well.
isn't it? Yeah, I was about to say.
You can tell because
God
he
damn it,
sucks.
Tank.
He sucks.
Tank, this is Forge. Forge says, you suck.
Oh
at drawing
shit.
Werewolves.
He's a cunt.
You should kill yourself.
That little piece of shit.
It's illegal to say that in Sweden,
Oh,
isn't
it is.
it?
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Here, wait, this one's not bad.
What's going on? Thomas is fucking a monster.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Here's one that's one Tank did that I think is pretty decent.
It's not. It's better than what I'm used to seeing from him.
Yes. Usually he should fucking be kicked in the balls for his drawings, but this one's alright.
Nobody likes you, Tank. Why do you even live?
This one's cute. It's fucking it's cute Thomas Day where we're looking at cute drawings of Thomas.
Is
They're
it Thomas?
cute.
Is it straight up Thomas?
Yes, it's like an early version, but yeah.
Wow. It's an
Proto
expensive picture you got
Thomas.
right there.
Yes. Proto Thomas. But I mean, the colors are right and that kind of stuff.
That dick would kill somebody.
Yes. He's
My God.
Hopefully.
Except, of course, for a werewolf bitch, which, hey, why would you fuck anything else? You
Their
shouldn't.
cunts are designed to take dicks.
But they're still tight, so it's still painful.
Yeah, which is great. That's the best part about doing a werewolf bitch. is that you
Our
can still
pussies
fuck
can't withstand firepower of that magnitude. That's a trap. Shit. It's so stupid, even I have to laugh. How dumb can I... Let's see if I can get dumber than that.
Let's
See
see
if I
if
can
you
do
can
worse
get-
than It's a Trap tonight. It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. You're a cock. You're a cock. You're a cock.
No.
Cock.
No, that's your Office reference.
That's from The Office. The original
Oh,
Superior
shit.
Office.
Choke on it. Choke on it.
Yeah, just sending Forge a bunch of fucking
Both-
werewolf porn.
He's very light brown.
Yeah, some of the colors change depending on the artist. Usually, it's not nailed down.
I think he should be a
early
giant
versions.
black elf. Shut up, Black.
But lately I would consider to be like Blackford, but Thomas, I sort of want the sort of mix of like really dark, sort of top fur, and then the underneath is like lighter brown.
You should read The Last Werewolf. I think you'd really like it.
Maybe. Oh, I was going to ask you about that Larry Correia guy, who is behind the Sad Puppies slate. Supposedly, one of the books he wrote wasn't
You
that
know
the
what?
Monster
Wait a
Squad or some shit?
The Sad Puppies thing is a little confusing to me. Why didn't you explain to the audience exactly what that is?
Well,
Yeah.
what is that?
Really, it's just like a suggestion. It's like, here's some people we want you to nominate, and so people. Apparently,
wait.
all you
Start
need
from
to
the beginning.
The beginning is
Very
they
beginning.
just suggested some ideas for people to nominate, and then the social justice warriors
Well, nominate
shit
for-
themselves, shit their pants.
It's for
and
the,
start screaming and flailing around like
the
babies.
Hugo Awards. It's
Yeah.
for the Hugo Awards, which are science fiction, like science fiction and fantasy.
It's a very prestigious award.
Yeah, for
Very important.
like writing for like books, or they also do comics. In fact, I think
Do they
wasn't
really?
Bitch Planet, I think, was the winner this year.
Bitch Planet.
No, it was some other social justice feminist thing, like Lumberjanes or some shit like
I'm
that.
looking it up. Bitch Planet.
Bitch Planet is a radical feminist comic about how women are oppressed.
Oh,
in the-
fuck you.
Yeah, it's just fucking complete horseshit.
Fuck you.
It's the exact, and it's like fucking all the
It's
people
as-
are like,
it's
oh,
as-
this is great
it's
as
condemnation of
unreadable as it
Gamergate, that kind of
sounds.
shit.
It's bright pink.
Yep.
It's
Oh, is that a gender
fucking-
signifier? Is that gender signifier?
No,
But anyways,
because there are no gender signifiers for women. They're always gender neutral. It's only when it's
They're
a
gender
man
fluid.
that it's a gender signifier, and therefore the worst thing you can ever do to a person.
Your
Worse than rape.
gluttony,
Worse than
You're
rape, worse than
right.
Hitler.
your weakness,
literally worse than the Holocaust. But
and your kindness.
so yeah, that's what the Hugo Awards are. These science fiction awards for like stories, written stories, novels, short stories, comics, whatever the fuck. And for years, some people have been saying, I think like sort of right-wing-ish people who are writers of science fiction and
They're
that kind of
probably
shit.
also libertarians because
Yes,
the left
a lot of libertarians.
fucking hates.
Simply non-liberals, just
I
Yeah.
see
non-liberal
I see-
people.
a lot
Period.
of naked black chicks in this comic.
Yeah, because of color, Wambian of color.
Nobody wants to rape a black woman. Why
Yeah.
is that?
How many rapes of black women? Oh yeah, 0
Zero.
by white men though.
Why
But
is
also being a woman exactly as bad as being a slave.
that? Could it be that in general black women don't portray a sense of weakness and rapists don't want to rape them?
Well, a
Could
lot
that
of them
be?
are now though. A lot of them start doing this shit because
Also,
they
If you don't
realize
portray-
it's oppression
No,
money.
That's not actually what it is. You're incorrect, Forge. The real answer is they're not attractive enough.
Oh shit!
They're just ugly. Who the fuck would want to fuck that?
Oh
Thing.
my god!
But
Not even a rapist.
but
Even
Yeah.
a rapist would be like, ew.
Oh
So-
shit!
But the thing about Sad Puppies is that it was like Larry Correia and other people who were like, if you're not a liberal, if you're not into social justice, you can't get nominated, you can't win. And there's other like slates, which is like, when they say that it's very political, like the Oscars, you have to take out ads and that kind of shit. And when they say that, it means that people campaign for votes. It's like, and I think Harlan Ellison even
Yeah,
made a
this
video
was one
about
of the
this years
videos.
ago.
This was one of the videos that I had queued up, which will never be posted to the blog anymore because the queue is gone.
Yeah, but it was
he made a video talking specifically about how the Hugo Awards can now officially be bought.
yeah. He says that somebody bought their awards, or what he said was somebody came out on the internet and begged for votes.
And this was
And then-
93, or it would be... It would be
93, 94,
93.
95.
I saw the video of Harlan Ellison like speaking out against that. You can just buy your vote.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was fucking. He had a segment on like a sci-fi channel show. I think it was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Harlan Ellison's watching.
Yeah,
Which I would totally watch that. That sounds.
Yeah, I
Those-
watched
yeah, it
a
was
bunch of
excellent.
them. They're excellent.
they're all on YouTube. They're excellent. If you just look
I
for
mean,
that,
he's just fucking crazy enough to be really entertaining.
he acknowledges it too. He's like, I know I'm an old curmudgeon,
Hmm.
and that kind of shit. So
Curmudgeon.
he's aware of it.
See, I've regained a lot of respect for Harlan Ellison in the past few weeks from the things you've been posting, like because I
Well, it
didn't
would have
know.
been even more if all those queued posts would have actually went up.
Yeah, I queued up like 5 of his videos.
I saw some of that. I saw them in the queue and I watched them and I was like, oh man, these are excellent. Can't wait for those to go up. Oh,
I listened to a few audiobooks of him. He reads his own audiobooks and he's just fucking out of his mind. It's really fun.
that sounds
It's
good.
great.
I
I
like
actually bought
Oh, he hams it up a lot. It's great.
what was
Yeah, that's
it?
cool.
I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Yeah.
It was
What
$1,
that?
so I bought it.
Yeah, I bought that too. I have that on Steam because it's
Yeah.
$1.
He hams it up quite a lot, and it makes it fun to listen to.
Yeah, which is good. It's like he knows how to be entertaining as like a
Mhm.
fucking reader.
So points for you, Harlan Ellison. I've regained quite a lot of respect for you.
Anyways, the Sad Puppies slate was supposed to be because there were already other slates for like social justice to be like, here, let's get this fucking, this person writes about feminism in fucking comics or science fiction, so everyone vote for this person, and it's basically like an advertising campaign to vote for, and all you have to do to fucking be able to vote on a fucking Hugo Award is to pay $40 to sign up for some comics convention or some shit like that. And if you pay the $40, they'll send you, here's all the nominees for nominees or whatever the fuck, and you vote and you send in your thing. And so the slate for Sad Puppies Think of the Children, which is the official name of the fucking this advertising slate, was like, okay, here's a bunch of science fiction writers that are not liberal social justice, and I like, ironically, there are like more Wambian of color and like fucking women and black
That's
people.
That's not really ironic. It's in fact
it's not really ironic at all.
Entirely the purpose. It's entirely intentional because liberals are the most racist of all.
Yeah, and so they
it's
fucking
not an accident.
They got this slate out, and a bunch of people actually went for it. A bunch of these people from the Sad Puppy slate got nominated, and so as a result, social justice campaigned super hard to simply vote for like no award. So they ended up not giving any awards at the Hugos for most of the categories because Sad Puppies nominees ended up not being nominated. They ended up being nominated, so they fucking like burned down the fucking Hugo Awards. Social Justice destroyed their own award show.
So are they even doing Hugo Awards anymore?
It shouldn't even be their award show.
They gave
should be awards for everyone.
They gave some awards away, but the majority of them, it looks like, were just like no award given. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know you could even do that. It's like if the Oscars were like, okay, Clint Eastwood was nominated for Best Picture, so we're not going to give a Best Picture this year, and everyone just goes home with no fucking award. That's literally what they did.
Are they even going to bother doing Hugo Awards anymore?
I don't know.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will, but the thing is that next year it's probably going to be even more furious, which I think is great.
Oh, fuck. So
in fact, maybe by next year I'll have my own book to fucking sell it.
Yeah, Hugo Awards are essentially worthless, so you win.
Yeah,
you get a Hugo Award.
To be honest, the Nebula Award looks so much better. The Hugo Award's a big rocket. In fact, Harlan Ellison showed all of his for the video where he talks about like how you can just buy your own award now. But he fucking shows all the ones he won. The Hugos are like a big rocket, and he said they looked like a fucking rectal suppository. The Galaxy Awards are like encased in a lucite block, and they're an actual a fucking, or they're called the Nebula Awards, and it's like an actual galaxy enclosed in lucite, and it looks fucking incredible. It's like, I want one of those.
I am legit drooling on myself right now. It's pretty awesome.
Well, it's great when you get that drunk. Now I want to get that drunk, except I think I'm actually, after this podcast, I might play a few video games, but I think I'm actually going to go write. Now that I have all this fucking free time, I can write a fucking book, and I actually want to. I've been doing quite a lot of, every single day. Yesterday, even, I was like, fuck, man, I'll fucking at least write some notes, but usually I end up writing, paragraphs and shit.
You get to describe in detail how Thomas's veiny werewolf
actually, it's not that graphic.
Against her fucking...
I've been that graphic. You've read some of those.
Wait, what the fuck? Zombie Q 5 out of 15? Fuck you.
Fuck you. But
Fuck
you,
fuck you.
You ruined this too. Why are you
with
bringing up Star Trek? Not everything has to do with Star Trek. Bring.
Oh,
hello.
You know what?
Hello,
Everything
Topper's Pizza.
Star Trek. I love the new Star Treks, the fucking Abrams Star Trek movies. I love them.
Yeah,
don't
I still
care how
find them
stupid
entertaining,
they
but
are.
when fucking
They are
Spock yelled
really
out
stupid.
Han,
They're
I thought
really
it was
fucking stupid.
it was worse than when George Costanza did it.
But you see, the thing is,
Oh,
is
shit.
Star Trek needed to pull the stick up out of its ass and be
Yeah, it
crazy
needed
fun.
to just be movies, like entertaining action movies.
They were dumb and they were fun, and I had a great time watching them. I've watched
Well, now
In
they're
the Darkness
dumber.
a couple
Now they're
times.
dumber than ever.
Yeah. This Hercules is stupider than I remember.
I've watched Into Darkness a couple times. I love it every single time.
Yeah,
even
I've
though it's
seen it.
Stupid as shit.
I have seen it twice, and like the whole first half hour, I'm into. It's fun, and I even like. The one thing that sticks in my mind the most though is why. First of all, why are they going to shoot missiles with people in that launch fucking
The
thing
missiles
on
have
Homeworld?
people in them, but
And that they're going
Missiles
to
are
explode
people.
though, or is he going to get them back? Was that part of his plan? Of course, I don't
How he
fucking know.
Beams from Earth to Kronos.
and
Yes,
of course
Did
the
it
magic
with one
blood.
transfer.
yeah, the magic
Right.
Don't
blood
forget
too,
about the
but
magic blood.
more
It's so
importantly, though,
stupid.
more importantly than all of that is the fucking when they're in the bar and he fucking has a double glass that has just a perfect sphere of ice in it, and it's like, oh, I want that so fucking bad.
It's tasty, doesn't it? I have shitty refrigerator ice right now. It's
Yeah,
not
all I got
good
is
at all.
ice cubes from a fucking ice block. And it's like, oh, I want a sphere of ice that I can
Space
put into my
ice
double
cube.
glass. Shit.
But when that big black vengeance ship flies up at them in mid warp and just starts raping the Enterprise in
Yeah, it
its
looks
fucking
crazy.
nacelles, it's
But
bonkers.
I
love
still
it.
consider that like they were still obviously trying to do Star Trek II Wrath of Khan, except in Wrath of Khan it was the Reliant and it wasn't as big and
Oh, I'm
imposing.
not trying to say Wrath of Khan is a much better movie.
Yeah.
By far. I mean, I'm not trying to say that. They're fun, stupid, flashy action movies. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, if you don't take them too seriously, and I know how to not take them too seriously to the point
Yeah.
where like even like Transformers 3 didn't bother me as much as like the usual Transformers. Like Transformers 2 was painful, but then I saw Transformers 3 and I was like, oh, this is just dumbness.
Where Optimus Prime just murders.
Yeah, that was actually
Yeah, that's great.
legitimately
Shit.
great. That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
That was
Oh,
wonderful.
fuck.
So
It's-
glad I got to see that. I'm so glad.
Although what's
Optimus
even
Prime
better is Rich Evans laughing at it.
Is that
Yeah.
Optimus Prime is such like a gentle, fucking reluctant.
He's a
leader
terrible hero. He's
in
a
a state of
faggot.
war.
He's an ethics
No,
cuck.
no.
I
That's
always
why,
thought that
No,
they
that's what
makes him-
really did need a USS Vengeance.
No.
Why the fuck don't they have warships in the fucking Federation?
Yeah,
See, that's what makes Optimus Prime a hero, though. That's like the fundamental thing about
They
Optimus
blow someone's
Prime.
Even
face
in the
off.
fucking
No.
1986 movie, they kill him.
He's begging for the fucking guy's
He's
begging for his
begging
life.
for
Optimus
help.
Prime should just
He's
shoot.
begging for
He
help.
was begging for help, and Optimus Prime just shot him in the face.
Shot him in the back of the head, execution style, so you get a fucking loving close-up of his hollowed out skull.
Or how about in the second one where Optimus Prime tears his face off?
They
Oh my
rip somebody's face open.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was really painful. First of all, because it's incredibly. Although the third one's even longer. I don't know why I thought the third one was like easier to watch though, but I just thought it was because it just I don't know. It wasn't as painful. I thought, even though it was just as stupid. But
The only one I've watched all the way through is the first one. I can't.
yeah, the first one's still stupid, but in the same way, it's still like watchable at least.
like
That you can
It's
sit
not-
with.
it's not entirely Shia LaBeouf's fault, but fuck.
I can't blame Shia LaBeouf for.
No, I don't
any of
blame him. In
those.
fact, I only
He
like
is
him more.
insane.
The more insane he is, the more I like him.
Yeah, I do like that little play that they did. Shia LaBeouf, you just
Actual
decapitated Shia LaBeouf.
And he-
I like him a lot more because he was actually in it, making fun of
Yes.
himself.
I
with
think he's trying to
Citizen
figure
Kane.
out what the fuck he's supposed to do with his life now that he's like $1 million actor.
It's just the
and all
thing
this
is he's
shit.
been the problem is he's been horribly miscast, and it's not his
Yes.
fault entirely.
I would cast him in anything if I was making movies. I
He
would
needs to
cast him
be-
as like a fucking rapist serial killer.
That'd be great.
I was about to say he needs to be in some comedies.
I would cast him as a
better.
black man. That's what I would do. I would cast him as like an Islamic terrorist. That's what I would do.
Shit.
That would be great. He would be great. He would make a great Islamic terrorist, I think.
Can't see Shia LaBeouf going Allahu Akbar and blowing himself up. Oh shit!
I could.
I
He
can
would
imagine
scream
him.
it like he screams Optimus. It would be perfect.
Allahu Akbar.
Yes.
Or like he screams, "Do it."
Yes, exactly. He would be that dedicated. If he was that dedicated, it would be fucking wonderful. It would be great.
His dream that he wants to make come true is that he wants to blow up skyscrapers.
Yes, he wants to end the fucking Zog imperialism that has taken over America.
Shit.
Fuck. Anyways, but yeah,
I'm so drunk. I have no idea what we've talked about the past half hour.
Fortunately, this is all going to be on a
Oh,
podcast.
it's on record now. Forrest drunk off of that.
You can listen to it while working and be like, "Oh, it's a brand new thing. It's like a new thing.
It's like a new tool.
My God, it's like a new tool." And what would you say this is? My God, it's like a new tool. It's fucking. It's a beautiful thing. Is like a Weird Al holds up a picture of like a unicorn, and Steven Tyler's like, "Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing." It's fucking. Have you ever? I don't think you've ever seen that, but like, have you ever seen like Al TV or those interviews Weird Al would do?
I can't stand fucking Weird Al. I can't stand
What?
He drives me. It's not funny. It's fucking stupid baby.
Have you
lyrics.
seen?
It's like,
Well, do you mean his songs?
pants.
Do you mean his songs?
Songs, yeah. I hate
Okay,
his
because
fucking-
the interviews he does, you might. I don't know, because if you don't like him at all, but if. But I think you wouldn't have to like his songs to like the fucking interviews he does of like music celebrities, where he just trashes them right to their fucking face, and if they're not actual interviews with them, he's like taken someone else's interviews and recut his own questions in, which sounds like it could just be painful, but it's fucking so ridiculous. Like you know, he'll hold up a glass and be like, "Would you like a nice tall glass of tarantula juice?" And then Steven Tyler's like, "I don't drink this stuff myself." You know, it's just fucking
Clearly, another question and another answer from a
Drug-related
different question.
yeah.
the fucking metric tons of pussy that Steven Tyler has gotten over the years.
Right, he's fucking probably given diseases to the
Yes.
most diseased whores.
Truly staggering. Like, I take my hat off to you, Steven Tyler. My God.
But now he's completely sober.
All you have to do is be rich. It doesn't take any
I
skill.
don't know.
Doesn't
He
take
gets mad
any
pussy.
skill.
But they weren't. The thing is that they weren't rich at the beginning.
He
They're-
is skilled, though. He's a great singer. Aerosmith is a great band. They have great fucking
Well,
music.
not
shit.
anymore. They are.
Hold
But
on.
back in the 70s,
Now this is
Oh,
going to
sure.
be the episode where
Pre-punk.
Forge comes out of the closet as an
I love
Aerosmith fan.
is
Aerosmith's
coming
great.
out of the coming out of the closet.
Taste of India is one of my favorite songs. I love Aerosmith. It's great.
I love old Aerosmith, the '70s and stuff. Aerosmith.
They're all right.
I like them
They're
because they're almost like a different band, though. They're weird.
God love the sweet taste of India. Stick
is
your
that, though?
dick right into my pussy.
What is that? What era is that from, though?
Oh, that's the 90s. That's late 90s.
Post pump or pre pump.
Yeah, post.
That's all I know.
It's post pump. Yeah, it's post pump.
Post.
That's all I know is post
to suck.
pump and pre pump.
Yeah.
Someone just told me, dude looks like a lady. He slept with a tranny.
Yeah, that's what the song's about.
Got so much ass.
Did I say
Dude looks
Canadian,
like
like-
a... speaking of Mrs. Doubtfire, there we go. We've come full circle. Hang on, here comes the burp. It's coming. Get ready for it. Grab your ankles. It's
Try not
gonna
to
be a
throw
big
up.
one.
Try not to throw up.
There we go.
You're gonna have to throw up.
No, I'm not that
Here's
big
another-
a pussy.
Here's one Tank did of fucking Wolf
Who cares?
version, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But now, really in
He
retrospect,
looks
it's
like a fucking sheep. Where is Tank? Bring him on. I'm gonna give him
he
a
blocked
fucking
me
talking
like
to.
a little bitch.
Tank, you are the worst thing to happen to werewolves since fucking American Werewolf in Paris.
Was that?
Take that. Since fucking Ginger Snaps. You're the worst thing since Ginger
Shit,
Snaps.
Ginger Snaps. You know, I haven't seen that movie either.
Fuck Ginger Snaps.
I heard about it. I heard it was like, oh, it's girl werewolves. But then it's like...
I didn't even
shit.
fucking watch it because the werewolf's a fucking girl. Fuck Ginger
The
Snaps.
You know who's a good girl werewolf? Lily.
Because I
Here's a
drew
good
her
one.
good.
Here's a good werewolf.
Oh yeah, Thomas. Why did you want Thomas all fucked up like this?
Because that's just the natural result of Thomas taking on like an army.
Oh shit, he's
single-handedly.
lost half his ear. I don't even remember drawing this.
Fucking, afterwards I was like, oh, maybe I should get a version without the gigantic fucking cock.
Here, I know someone who might like this. There you go.
But yeah, I thought it would be cool of like him being all fucking tore up with
Oh
like
shit,
fucking scratches.
his eyes all jacked up too. What is?
Yeah, it's gonna slash over it. I didn't even have like specific suggestions. I was like, just have like a bunch of like cuts from swords and like arrows sticking out of them and stuff.
What a sword slice the dick and balls would feel like.
Yeah,
It sucks.
Did you forget that was your idea?
He's not happy, poor Thomas.
But he'll be able to walk all of that off. By tomorrow, all of that shit will be closed up.
Kind of like Blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go strengths none of your weaknesses.
He's here. He's got to kill me. You need me. Pearl's the
And the girl
best
raised
part
I
of
was
that fucking
expecting-
movie. You need me, Frost.
Pearl is what Tank will be in
Yes.
a couple of years.
Pearl is what Tank is now, except without the weight.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Maybe
It's such a
possibly not even male. I don't know.
Yeah, who can even say what gender it is? That's a great movie, though. To be honest,
Oh,
fucking
Blade is so much fun. The first Blade. So
yes,
much-
it's an. I didn't even. I always heard the second movie was better, but to be honest,
No.
I think the first movie's way better.
The second one's goofy bullshit. The first one's fun. The first
Yeah.
one's lots of fun.
The second one has some positive aspects.
I mean,
I think we
Ron
talked.
Perlman's
Didn't we
in the
talk
second
about
one,
this
so
in
that's-
one of the previous podcasts?
Did you?
Nope.
Oh, I think it was with
Perlman.
Cool Mod. I don't know.
Ron Perlman's in the second one. That's like the only reason to watch.
Yeah,
it.
that's
It's
cool.
Fucking Ron Perlman.
They
It's
forced Whistler to they retconned that so fucking. That was like the
It's just
first
so
Oh, yeah.
fucking
comic book
stupid.
movie
He was
retcon.
so
and-
dead. He was so
Which,
dead, and
I
then
mean-
he's just alive again.
I was kind of happy because I really liked the Whistler character.
Yeah, he's great. Chris Christopherson's great.
He did a good job, and that was.
I don't
fun.
blame them for doing that, but still, as a
He didn't-
retcon,
He didn't really need to be in the fucking movie. He didn't.
no,
do
he
a
did
whole
not. There's no motivation for that, really.
No. I mean, the rest of the movie, and like we did talk about this. We talked about how Blade loses in the second movie. He doesn't beat the final
Yeah,
boss.
I
Final boss
thought that was
fucking-
so disappointing how the bad guy just shoves the sword into his own heart. It's like, let me fucking end this movie for you. And it's like, oh,
I mean,
right.
Blade starts it for him, I guess.
Yeah, but it didn't count for me. That did not count to me.
Blade straight up loses. He
Yes.
beats La Magre and he fucking loses to this thing.
Which he shouldn't, because they were
so
doing
that was.
like,
I,
moves
did
each
did
other.
you
It's
ever
kinda
see
stupid.
the original ending for Blade 1 where he just turns into a tornado?
Yeah, that movie
Yeah.
sucked too, actually.
It's awful. It's terrible.
It's
I like the
terrible.
goofy normal ending where he just throws a bunch of the shit and he turns into
Well,
the guy.
you know what's
fucking-
funny is that they had to reshoot that, and they added like a whole giant fight scene where like rips a dude's throat out, throws it at another dude, and they're both dead. It's just fucking great. It's like they just added this, they just came up with this.
Oh,
All of a
God,
sudden, it's fucking incredible.
that final fight, even the normal one from the movie, is so much fucking fun. He cuts the
Yes.
boss in half. He's like, my turn, and he runs across the screen. And
Yes.
It-
Oh,
it's
it's so
very,
much fun.
it's very classic vampire too.
it's such a
It's
great
like,
comic
it's
book
like,
concept.
it's like Dracula levels of vampire stuff.
Yeah, where
It's
it's like it
That,
kind of
that final leap that he does is so Nosferatu, and it's like,
yeah, it's
this
with
is
like
nice.
claws out and
It's,
shit.
it's a stupid move, and it gets him. It basically gets him killed. But it's so classic Nosferatu, classic vampire movie trope.
Oh, I want to watch that again, and I want to watch Dracula, the Bram Stoker's Dracula by Francis Ford
Oh
Coppola.
yeah, that was that was like a return to form for Coppola, wasn't it? Because wasn't his movie right before that was Jack with
Oh Christ!
Robin Williams.
And
I actually watched Dracula, or Bram Stoker's. Was that
It's
Francis
so
Ford
much
Coppola?
fun.
That was Francis Ford Coppola, and yeah, it's a decent movie. It's really good.
It's a
And the
decent
reason-
movie, but it's a little. I don't know if I call it.
It's a little bit
cornball.
goofy, but there's a reason for that. The reason it's so goofy.
It works though as goofy. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's so much fun to watch. It's goofy like that because they used all practical effects. There's no digital effects in that movie.
It looks
They used-
excellent too.
It does, which is why, like in the beginning, when you see the thunderbolt, it looks all stupid. It's because they just used a fucking picture of a thunderbolt. It's great.
Yeah, they they backlight it and just fucking whatever the fuck they have to do, and it's like, but it's like old movie classic style. Like,
And it's
Like
got-
silent movie era effects levels.
Yes.
And they turned Lucy into a raging whore, and she's a great, fun character.
Do you remember? I don't know if you ever heard that. It was Joe DeRosa, who's now a complete cuck himself. But
Oh yeah.
Joe
yeah.
DeRosa back on O&A a while ago was talking about how he was watching Dracula. He was like, just had it on while I was like going to sleep. I was like, oh, I'll watch it. I'm gonna take a nap. Let me put on Dracula and just have it running. And he couldn't go to sleep because he was so fucking pissed at the women for being like, oh, I can't help it. It's not my fault. Dracula hypnotized me. And he was saying, if that's not every excuse every woman has ever pulled for why someone's not fault. And he's like getting pissed off. And even Anthony Cumia was like, it's a fucking Dracula movie.
But see, I like.
But he's right.
That's
I like
one of the things
they
I
did
really
that.
liked about what was it? Order of Ecclesia. They didn't have to make it so that your female protagonist, who's the only character you play in that game, can actually be mind controlled by Dracula, because that would be kind of sexist. But they fucking do it.
Yes.
Shinoa is a pretty good character. I like Order of Ecclesia. It's all right. It's,
Yeah, I like that game. It's fun. I mean, pretty
if
much
I had
every
to-
one of the Metroidvania.
Extremely hard though. But
Well, the thing
yeah,
is,
I still
if
beat it.
If I had to choose, I would choose Portrait of Ruin over.
Yeah, Portrait of Ruin I
Ecclesia.
liked a lot.
Portrait of Ruin is really fucking good. I love
Charlotte
that
and
game.
Jonathan.
Oh god, Charlotte and Jonathan, really good characters.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have a lot of character development. None of those.
but
fucking
they're
characters
decent.
do.
They're pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm still looking at this fucking the
Like, I
drawing you
beat
did
it.
of Thomas. I don't know if I ever posted this to Shitty Web Comics in any form, just because. But I mean, it's not like it would be a surprise to anyone. If just first of all, werewolf. Like I even like the broken arrow that's like broken off in his leg and stuff.
like in Portrait of Ruin, when you get the skill Greatest 5, and you summon all the greatest fucking vampire.
Oh yeah, and
hunters,
they all run around whipping and stuff.
they
and
whip
it's like
all
the old
same time.
sprites.
Oh, that game is so fucking good.
Oh yeah,
I love that
shit.
game.
I still have that on cart.
I barely remember that part.
Yeah, I didn't
that's
remember
one
that
of
at all
the-
until they all fade, they sort of fade in and stuff or something.
Yeah, that's just one of the skills you can do.
It's
one
like
of
a
the
spell.
things you can
And
find,
wasn't Charlotte summoned them? And
Oh
they
yeah,
show up?
it's one of those things where you both summon them at the same time.
It was like a double.
God, that
stuff.
game has such a great fucking mechanic where you switch between the two.
Yeah,
Charlotte
And you
for
can
magic,
have one following the other.
Charlotte
You can have one following
because
the other,
she's
or you can
good.
have just one at a time. And Charlotte, I remember, took a lot of damage, but
Mhm.
she also, her spells were basically the most powerful.
which is a
spells
good
were
way to
fucking
balance
nuts.
like male and female. Is like the guy, whips around with the whip, and fucking he does the sort of the heavy lifting, and then the woman is supposed to do the sort of like the magic fucking
Her
fire.
spells did way much more damage than Jonathan did.
Yeah.
And I've beat it with using like only but one of the other. I've beat it using only Charlotte. I beat it using only Jonathan.
It
And,
needs to be on Steam, so it has achievements.
oh,
for
it's
it
so
and shit.
good. It's almost better than Symphony of the Night. It's almost better. It's that good. I love fucking Portrait.
Yeah, they're
of Ruin.
fucking excellent. You know what though? All those games, they should all be on Steam, and they should all be fucking. But here, Castle in the Darkness kind of filled in for all that shit.
It's such a good game. It's such like a love letter to old school NES type games like that.
But without like dumbing itself down with like the old crap. That's
and
like
I was
boring.
a little disappointed because not a whole lot of people like knew about this game.
Yeah, not many people have even heard about it. But I would put it right up there with Symphony of the Night.
It's really fucking good. It's hard as shit too. It's like Dark Souls for 8-bit.
But I mean, not
hard.
only did I beat it, I got every achievement, and then I still did all the shit after it that fucking takes all the achievement. Like there's a version of the game where you're supposed to get through at least half of the game without being hit.
Oh fuck!
But the thing is, if you do it from save point to save point, like if you get hit, you can suicide and just restart from the save point.
Oh, I can't fucking do that shit.
I did that. I found that easier than playing through the entire full game on, not hard mode, but what was the fucking version before that? It was the plus game with Frog and shit. I found it easier to fucking have the game without being hit, because it turns out if you do get hit, you just fucking kill yourself and go back to the last save point, and you just start over, and then you just keep going like that. If you get to the next save point, you keep it's like a red heart inside of your heart icon. So you just get to the Crystal Palace with the Vortex Crystal, and you beat the bosses, and the bosses inside the Crystal Palace are extremely easy to do without getting hit, actually. I mean, there's only 2 of them that you have to do that, and then you get into the thing, you get the monster manual, which opens like a roguelike version of the game that's in a tiny window that you fight 60 monsters.
Oh, shit.
And it gives you it's a completely new system because you don't get spells, but you get like items that just are like autocasts that throw spell shit across the screen. So if you're lucky, you get huge bonuses. And it took like about 20 playthroughs for me to beat the monster manual, and then that was it. I had done literally everything in the game that could possibly be done.
I don't want to work that hard. I just want to play the game and have fun.
I didn't either, but then it ended up not even being work because I just ripped right through it. And it's like, oh, that was easier than I thought.
See, like, I really, really enjoyed Dark Souls, but I do think it was maybe a little bit too hard because just redoing. I
imagine that's harder than Castle in the Darkness, though.
It's much harder. If you don't know it's good that it was that hard because, like, gamers today are really fucking coddled.
Yeah,
like they don't know what real difficult.
But
at the same time, it was maybe a little bit too. I would love to go back and play it, but I know what I'm in for, so I won't. This is not really worth it. It's maybe a little bit too hard. If you just tone it down just a little tiny bit.
I would play it with Coop, but I don't think it has Coop, does it?
I don't think it does.
Cooperative Koopa Coops.
Coop.
Or cooperative, whatever people.
Like, I didn't even bother with Dark Souls 2. It's just, no, I don't want to go through that again. Dark Souls 1 I loved it. I loved it to death.
I've never heard anything to describe the game that makes it sound really all that fucking interesting or exciting, really.
Dark Souls 1 you do it more for the experience than for just, I mean, it's hard, it's challenging.
I don't even know what it's about, though. It just looks like you go around and you chop some monsters, the end.
You have to really dig to find out what the storyline is. It's one of those kind of games.
But not even without the storyline, I don't even know what the game itself, the purpose of the game. Like, what's the purpose of the game? Is to kill
Kill monsters and kill the final boss. And
sounds boring.
It just sounds like it sounds like games I've already played 1,000,000 times over.
Yeah, where's the part where you build your own, you construct your own base and defend it from raiders?
See, you guys like different kind of game. I don't think you'd like Dark Souls.
It doesn't have guns, because one thing I know about games that don't have guns is that they're all gay.
Yeah, this probably isn't the kind of game you guys would enjoy, but it's one of
the thing is too. I'm also a lot less blinded by nostalgia when it comes to like a lot of like the old 8-bit NES games that I used to love.
It doesn't bank on nostalgia, though. This is its own kind of thing. It's hard for different reasons than an 8-bit game would be. It's hard because
I mean, when you think about how hard the 8-bit games were, those were completely unfair, and there was no purpose to them, like Battletoads and shit.
And that was kind of the intention.
Hard games is like, okay, I played Battletoads, it sucked. I'm not going to recreate that experience. That's not fun.
This is completely different. If you die in Dark Souls, it's 100% your fault. It's 100% your fault. But the thing is it's so unforgiving is that you're going to die a lot.
I still assume that there's memorization to it.
How long are the load times? That's
if you
one
played
of
on PC, it's no load times at all. If you played on PC.
because that's
Except
definitely
for-
a game killer.
Except when you die and it has to pop up the text saying that Obama did 9/11 or whatever.
No.
Obama.
If you played on PC, there's almost no load times at all. You're fine if you played on PC. Dark Souls. The other ones are on fucking PS. The piss poor.
Piss poor. Yeah, I don't
Play
understand why
stay
anyone
shit.
would play console
The
shit.
PlayStation
I don't know.
shit
See,
for-
Bloodborne.
It fails.
I would
It fails four times and then stays shit. That's why
I would
call it
play
PlayStation.
Bloodborne because it looks like it recreates
Yeah,
Dark Souls.
that game looked kind of cool, but
Even if you have to
again,
wait for the load times look ridiculous.
it's like, what am I trying to achieve? I don't know,
Killing-
because I've never
there's-
played the game. Like maybe I'll
I'm
pick the
biased
game up
though
for
because
$5.
well, I'm biased though because there's fucking werewolves in that movie. So there you go.
That's true, but although they're not really werewolf-y enough. Like I want to play as the werewolf, and I want him to look like Thomas in fucking this with the fucking arrows sticking out of
You
him.
could do
There's a
those
slash
fucking-
across his dick.
You can do those Skyrim mods where you got a giant fucking werewolf dick and you can rape anybody you want.
The werewolves in that still look a little like, and I know they're more werewolfy, but they still look a little like slimy cat puppets.
I don't know. The werewolf designs in Skyrim are some of the best I've ever seen. They're really good.
They're
I
kind of
love
still-
the way they
skinny.
look.
They're a little skinny, a little twiggy.
Yes.
I think. Not Barra.
You
Not
can mod it so
Barra
that you
enough.
Enough.
You can mod it so that you can beef them out a little bit.
That would be nice. Here. Well, hold on. Let me send you a picture of what they should look like. Here's what werewolves should look like in video games. Here's this picture that describes it very well.
That's about the size that Skyrim werewolves are.
Yeah, that's true.
I killed a dragon as a
Skyrim.
fucking Skyrim werewolf.
I have never played as the werewolves. Though. They have.
Yeah, no, neither did I.
vampires. You know what? Actually, Vampire Bloodlines had cool werewolves.
Yes, those are probably some of the best in video
Really?
game history.
Let me see. Link them to me.
Just seeing the werewolf by itself doesn't sell it. Even the first time you see the werewolf in the game,
The
it's
Skyrim
just like,
werewolves,
well,
though,
the
here's
scale,
the
it
thing,
doesn't
it
look
has
to
to be-
scale.
It has to be perfect though for like the Skyrim werewolves not bad, but like the arms are almost a little too long and like and
but I
skinny, and then
like
like
it,
the
though.
head looks gigantic. The head looks strangely huge.
I like that though. It makes you look like you're a fucking gorilla. You're gonna fucking destroy somebody. It's great.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just that it would have to be like as perfect as humanly possible.
But in that vampire game, you have to play as a vampire though, don't you?
Yeah, you can't. Well, I think there are mods actually where you can play as a werewolf.
Well, there's also the whatever they are, gangrel.
Yeah, but that doesn't really
Gangrel.
count.
That
Here's
fucking,
the werewolf.
that
The werewolf
fucking-
boss fight in fucking
Ooh.
Vampire Bloodlines is like one of the best boss fights because it's like it's one you're not even supposed to win. You're just supposed to run around and avoid him, but you can actually kill him.
That was a
Use
great
Use
game.
the map to your fucking advantage.
That doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, and they're like basically invincible. You can't shoot them. Fucking
Yeah,
you
they
can shoot-
take.
they take more ammo to shoot them to death than you can actually carry. I think.
That fucking old world of darkness. That. it's
Yeah, I don't
so-
like the setting. The game
No.
made it work really well. I have a feeling that it was like just barely like
That
on the
whole-
verge of just being shit.
That whole meta arc of this is the apocalypse is coming and there's nothing you can do to stop it and everyone's gonna die, then what's the fucking point of playing this fucking
Yeah.
game?
And then
Fuck
there's
you.
Werewolf the Apocalypse or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the old world of darkness.
it's like the original. Yeah,
And these are werewolves that are like, ooh, we're engines, we're feathers.
yeah, they're
and
they're,
that
they're very
context is-
fruity.
It's
You
fucking
cannot see LaCroix until
like,
after
"Ugh,
10
I'm so
a.m.
long hair and I wear a trench coat. That's
Yes.
not a fucking
They're like
werewolf.
Matrix
Fuck
characters. They
you.
come from the Matrix.
You can't be a werewolf and be a Matrix
There's
character at
another
the same
world
time.
underneath the candy-coated topping of the world you understand.
That could have. So if that was in the Matrix, if they had
That
that
was
line
the
in the
Blade
Matrix,
and-
it
that
would
was-
not have worked.
That was in The Matrix and Blade, basically, and it worked so much better in Blade because it was more tongue-in-cheek. but
Yeah.
it was still like really cheesy in Blade because
Ooh,
he's saying this in broad daylight after like whipping out that giant super stapler gun where he's gonna shoot a cop in front of everyone.
It's
There
like,
you go.
no,
There's
what are you doing?
beefed out Skyrim werewolf.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Although you know what?
I
Yeah,
don't even have
the
crowbar.
fucking
What the fuck?
defeat in hands just
Well,
it has to be for me. It has to be for the ears also. For me, it has to
it-
be like as perfect as humanly possible.
it keeps human hair patterns. That's why it looks like that.
But also the teeth,
Oh,
the ears, that kind of shit.
Well, fine. Screw you guys. I love the Skyrim werewolves. They're great.
I'm not saying they're bad so much. It's just that if it were up to me, they would stand completely upright, pretty
I don't
much.
know. The females don't have any tits though. You have to mod tits on the female werewolf.
That they would need that too. And basically just take the fucking drawing of Layla you did and be like, there, that's it.
See,
Make
that's
that, except in 3D, the end.
It's probably the best werewolf I've ever drawn is the female lately.
I agree. Well, certainly the best female one.
Mm.
But yeah, the like this Thomas one is good, but now you'd have to redo the fee, and then I would like want a work safe version of it also. Which I mean, not entirely necessary to get a work safe version of it, but I would like one just anyways. Yeah, here we go, fucking. Haley. You lying old heck.
No, I love that drawing I did of Laylee as well.
Yeah, this one. Here's the thing: is that I also it took me I think a year.
Oh,
to notice.
that's the censored one. Where's the one where she's got a
What?
huge fucking cunt and the vagina?
I do actually kind of like this too. Yeah, the
There
19
we go.
version here.
They're
There
fucking,
we go. But here's the thing: is that I noticed the one you drew is that it took me a year to notice that you drew him with a nipple in the. Yeah, hold on, wait. Let me link it. I've linked it twice already, but here's the third time. But yeah, I didn't realize you drew a nipple. It's like his hand is like half covering it.
Why in the world would I not draw nipples?
Well, the thing is that if I had noticed it, I would be like, oh, could you not draw the nipple? Because I kind of prefer it without.
Oh, I see.
I just
Should I
prefer the
remove the
fur
nipples
to
and
be, like,
keep
over
her
it.
dripping fucking dark furred vagina? Should I keep that and remove the nipples?
No, not for Laylee. I'm talking about for Thomas.
Oh, okay. She's
But I
gotta
mean-
have nipples.
Yeah, I would prefer though, like depending on the story. I don't know. I just think they look kind of weird in the reality of the situation. I almost prefer no nipples, just because, like, well, they're under the fur or something like that. I don't know.
Nipples are great. You gotta add nipples. Nipples are the fun parts.
Just in my setting though, they wouldn't be fucking visible. That's
Oh.
how I would do it. You can
Well,
make your own
fine.
werewolves, motherfucker.
My werewolves are the best. I told you about fucking. I was trying to redo the World of Darkness game is more like a D20 setting where
Ugh.
you start out, you turn into a fucking werewolf, and
You go around
You-
fucking as many bitches as you can.
yes, but like that's like your natural state after you first turn, and you have to like. It takes a lot of effort to turn
You-
back into
You
a
have
human.
to fuck at least 5 bitches before you can get your mind.
Yeah, you get fucking human points by fucking bitches, and then you have to spend them in order to turn back into a human. No, but like,
But then what would you even do as a human? Go back into werewolf and go fuck some
like
bitches.
if you gotta go into town and fucking look, we need our internet set up out here.
Yeah,
in
that's the thing,
place.
is that's why a werewolf always has to have a human form to me.
And they do have a human form. It's just it takes a lot of effort to change back into human, and if you don't concentrate, you could fuck up and like lose it in the middle of like the town square, and that could be a problem. That'd be an interesting situation.
Yeah,
like,
in that
werewolf
setting.
hunting.
And my werewolves never really do that. Like, they never wolf out beyond their control. At least
They never
not
wolf out in crowds.
if they don't gain mad rep by wolfing out in crowds. But they not unless they go like several months without going to werewolf. And I would say the same would apply, like, if they don't human out, if they don't humany out.
Oh
for
god.
several months.
The
Like, they have to
human-
shift to human at least like once a month, or they have to shift to wolf at least once a month.
There was a fucking furry webcomic called, I think it was called Katina Manor, And they did a fucking thing about humanies. Oh,
Humanies. I'm a humanie. I'm very attracted to
It was-
the art of humans.
basically human furries wearing human masks, and it was really uncomfortable. Like, stop it.
It should be creepy though. That should be the whole point.
It's stupid though. Just
But
fuck
that's the
you.
next level of fetish for furries. Just being a furry wouldn't even be enough anymore. Like when Vor and Scat, Hyper Scat, isn't doing it for you anymore.
Hyper scat.
Hyper Scat.
Hermaphroditic, hyper, fucking cocked, big titty.
Macro.
Man,
Hyper
I
macro.
thought I was into some weird shit.
That's what having a fucking fur affinity count for years has taught me, is that, like, I mean, you just look at the front page, you'll find all this hyper fucking macro diaper fur fucking whatever.
Let's have a look
Vor.
at the front fucking page of Fur
Cock
see what we
vor.
find. Well, right off the bat is some Five Nights at Freddy porn, which I don't understand at all.
They're robots. They're furry robots.
It's fucking. They're zombie fucking gross. No, you can't make porn out of that.
The front page of Fur Affinity right now looks a little tame, actually.
Well, here's some. You're right. There's nothing fun here.
Yeah,
Nothing to
relatively.
make fun of.
What is
You
this?
failed me. You bore me.
You bore me. The fucking.
Bore me.
Was
You're
that
never
one?
gonna be a pure blood.
You have to find you extinct. Or something like
I'll
that.
tell you what we are. We're the top of the fucking.
Fucking
That
bitch.
guy,
You spit it right back in my fucking
Fucking-
face.
Frost guy, is such a terrible actor. It's hilarious.
He's great. He's great in this movie. He's perfectly cast and really perfectly performed in that.
Like
Because he's
he
just like
says-
over the top, cheesy.
He says the F word like he's never cursed before in his entire life.
great.
That's another great part of it.
They are vampires after all. But that's the one thing you were mentioning earlier though about. Well, first of all, I want to say the Laylee naked though. You know, as much as they're like, oh, I don't want the nipples to be visible on the actual wolves. I have to admit the Laylee, the nudity version of Laylee, great wolf cunt. Wolf cunt.
Her cunt.
Well, can't.
Cunt. Plus, I definitely. Here's the thing. I like the idea of like, and like Noel was into this, and also Tank is like, I don't want to act like I don't want to be like
literally
oh,
who.
yeah, who
Literally,
and who.
who?
Noel's
You know-
though. He draws straight Shota though, which got him banned on fucking Tumblr before our launch.
Ooh,
Man.
nasty.
Yeah, but he also likes drawing like giant grills. Like he has that giant ogre giant girl with the fucking club and shit, but then she's always getting fucked by like sized humans right in her ass. Her giant puffy ass hole.
Right in her
Giant
ass.
puffy
Hole.
donut
Her,
asshole.
her donut ass.
In her inflamed red fucking.
No, it's just
asshole.
naturally, and it's green because she's green giant. But the thing is that like that sort of fetish of guy on giant, and it's like I not to some extent it's like I don't like it if she's like 50 feet tall or even 20 feet tall, but I like the idea of human Thomas being like, yeah, you get down your knees, bitch, suck my dick, to a giant werewolf bitch.
If she was that big, he could climb up in her fucking birth canal, for Christ's sake.
Well, if she's 50 feet tall, but the thing is that wolf Laylee, I would say, is like 8 to 10 feet, depending on
Thomas
what I'm
is the
thinking.
same size in werewolf form. He could easily destroy.
Well, he could easily get his entire arm up in there as in his human form, but
Well,
he would come
Are
up.
the males
to
not larger? Are the males not naturally large? There's no sexual dimorphism.
I was thinking that the wolf form male would be larger, but as far as I mean, human Thomas is like shrimpy AF.
So he's
So-
about the same size as Laylee in wolf form.
No, Laylee's wolf form is like 8 to 10 feet, and then
Oh my god.
Thomas is 5'2".
In werewolf form?
No, in human form.
Oh.
Thomas's wolf form is like 10 feet solid. I think it depends. I think Thomas and Laylee would be about equal, except Thomas would be maybe a foot taller. So if Thomas is 10, then Laylee would be 9, and if Thomas is 8, then Laylee would be 7. I don't know. That's it.
As a gay guy, I take great pride in being able to draw a pussy. No, I've never fucking even seen one up close before. I do a good pussy.
No, in an age of cameras, who the fuck needs to see one up close?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but
If a monitor could smell.
So I dodged a bullet there. I don't have to fucking smell one to know.
Yeah, it looks pretty good in this fucking Laylee thing. It's funny because it's just so dangerously furry.
You guys can sniff that veg all you want. I don't have to fucking.
I'm not going to. I'm not going down.
No, 3D. As far as 3D, the rules of 2D Superior are concerned, no, I will not be. They don't have a smell.
Yeah, they don't smell because they're drawing.
And they know how to take care of themselves, as opposed to 3D pig disgusting women who are like, oh no, I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need to fucking have any standards. I don't need to meet your standards.
So they stop shaving entirely, and then their fucking cunts just turn into a garbage pit. That's pretty much what every
so it smells like one.
Vagina is basically a garbage pit, even if they clean it out.
You fucking straight people, you're fucking
breeders, man.
You're wasting your time. You don't even know if you're actually getting the bitch off. If you play around with a dick,
well,
you can
that's
tell.
if you care. If you do, which hey, I don't.
I mean, that would mean you'd have to actually care about the
men are actually capable of pleasure. First off, men are actually capable of pleasure. Oh. You gotta realize that.
Women aren't.
That's why. That's why women don't even know if they've come or not, and only. I remember reading on fucking one of those PUA sites. It like fucking cited a study that said that only about 20% of women have ever experienced an orgasm for certain.
Only 20%?
Only 20% of women have experienced an orgasm for absolute certain to their knowledge.
Yeah, the others are like, I don't know. It's probably because they don't know what an orgasm is. Yeah, it's horrifying.
Have you ever seen
that fucking guy Andrew Dice Clay was like, you know what it's like when you're fucking a chick, and it's like, well, did you come? And she says, I don't know.
Have you seen the movie Short Bus?
No.
There's a fucking chick in there. She's pre-orgasmic, meaning she's never fucking had an orgasm before.
What a dumb dope.
It's fuck, who does it? It's a good movie. It's a very strange movie. There's a lot of actual
Harmony Korine or something.
Unsimulated sexual acts in that movie. Like they actually do it. And like it's very strange. It's like one of the plots is her trying to like get off, you know what I mean? And she doesn't until the very end.
I Google Short Bus and all that comes up is Short Term 12.
No, that's not it. Short Bus movie.
Oh, it's one word. Okay, Short Bus, 2006.
I like the movie. It's a very dramatic movie. There's a lot of
John Cameron Mitchell.
Oh shit.
But that's writer-director John Cameron Mitchell.
Which reminds me, there's unsimulated sexual penetration in Antichrist too.
Yeah. Well, there's also she fucking jacks him off before he shoots a bunch of a bunch of Taco Bell hot sauce onto her.
You know, I don't think the intention was to make the person watching laugh as hard as I fucking laughed at that scene. It's just so fucked up. You can't help but laugh. You're like, oh my god, did she just make
like
Willem Dafoe's your fucking orgasm blood? Seriously?
Yeah, it's like, is that possible? Did she smash his balls with a hammer or something? What happened before that?
I think she smashed his nuts with something and it knocked him out.
Yeah.
And then she started jacking him off and just fucking shot blood all over her face.
It's a giant cock too.
And then she rolled over and used scissors to cut her own clitoris off, and it's like, oh my god!
Goodness gracious! This woman is a fucking feminist. She's going around just being a total feminist here. Which, for sure, is bad. Fucking yeah, but anyways, yeah, so that's something that you have to draw at some point is Human Thomas fucking Wolf Lely, Wolf Thomas fucking Wolf Lely, and then
Humany,
yeah, and but at some point, especially, is that Wolf Thomas has to like have the new design of the plantigrade feet. And
Plantigrade is better. I don't like digigrade.
Digigrade like makes more sense as far as werewolves, so I understand that. But now that I've seen,
really.
now that you've drawn Laylee with the plantigrade feet, I'm like, yeah, I do prefer this.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I mean, maybe they get a little bit longer, but not if you're halfway between. You know what I mean? One and the other, they wouldn't be super long. Like, it's a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like
fishy.
it when they're so ridiculously long. That's like they're more feet than leg at that point. It's like, what the fuck?
It's a little fetishy to me. It's like, I'm Dragonair. I like to jack off on my dog's
It
paws.
looks, yeah, it looks hard to balance on too, in a way.
You wouldn't be able to run or walk on legs like that. If you've seen people, they wear those prosthetic digigrade legs for like movies and shit. They can barely fucking. They can
movies.
barely stand up on.
Wait,
that
didn't
shit.
it? I was gonna say, didn't fucking Vin Diesel have something like that? But he was. I think those were just like stilts.
Or like the movie Dog Soldiers. If you ever seen that, they did
No,
that.
I never even heard of. What kind of furry am I? I've never heard of this.
Right? You terrible furry.
I mean, it's not. Where's the metaphor?
You said it.
Dog Soldiers.
Where's the metaphor for the dogs?
Oh, they're werewolves too.
They're
Routine
actual
military
werewolves.
exercise
It's a British werewolf
turns into
movie.
nightmare. A
They can-
nightmare.
They wear those prosthetic fucking digigrade legs, and they can barely stand up.
Yeah,
on
it
them.
looks-
You
it-
couldn't do it.
Just looks like a nightmare to walk on.
You couldn't do it. You'd have to fucking.
Are they werewolf soldiers for real though? That sounds kind of awesome. Except
it's-
it probably isn't that great.
It's actually a shitty movie.
Yeah,
Of
every
course.
werewolf movie is a shitty. That's the
We
thing
didn't
is
make
that
it. We didn't
they're-
make it, so it's
yeah,
shitty.
exactly. They're more focused on like it's an effects movie. It's like they're werewolves. They go around slashing people. It's like that's pretty much the entire story. So there's no story to it. So that's why they all suck, as opposed to me, of course. Me, baby, me. But oh yeah, another thing I was going to mention, the Larry Correia thing, is that the book he wrote has like werewolf soldiers in it or something that are like part of this crazy, goofy adventure team that goes around fighting monsters or whatever.
No, that sounds lame and stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that I thought that sounded like just but I mean, I'm not going to trash the guy. He seems like a nice guy. In fact, he responded quite nicely when I trashed his book on Shitty Webcomics. He actually responded, and so did Vox Day. Vox Day sounded a little cunty about it, but Larry Correia sounded pretty nice about it. So I was like, all right, if
I don't remember that at all.
that was about a year ago, and it was because somebody mentioned like werewolf story, because that's when I first started bringing up the fucking werewolf stories. I think it was before Kill Everything. It was before I fucking I was just presenting Laylee as like, here's the kind of werewolf character I would make, because I was just bored. So I was like, here's the kind of werewolf story I would make. And so somebody suggested like, well, Vox Day and Larry Correia both have these stories and that kind of shit. And I'm like, I don't care. I would do better than them, motherfuckers. And Larry Correia was actually like, well, if he would do better, then then he can do that. And then Vox Day was, I think, had like some cunty response, and and all that shit's gone, so won't see that shit no more. But yeah, that was quite a while ago. But I remember that just because it was like a direct response to me. It's like I didn't know anyone read our blog.
Let alone big
I'm
shots.
sort of glad that Shitty Webcomics got shut down. Everything's.
I couldn't be more glad that it was shut down. Look at all this shit I'm doing now. Holy fuck.
Everything seems to be kind of like better now.
Yeah, it was time to move on. It's time to take this troll game to the next level, which is what I'm doing now. All these people still stuck on Shitty Webcomics. It's like, you're still thinking of the lower level. You're still thinking of just Tumblr. there's a world outside the candy coated topping world.
They
that
think
you're-
in such three-dimensional terms.
Yes, your human minds are limited by
Are
such.
you offering yourself to us?
Of course, we
Fuck
both
you,
knew you
Borg
would get
Queen.
that reference.
Fuck you, Borg Queen.
Fuck you,
Like if you
Bergman.
look back to Q Who when they first meet the Borg, they're
It's actually
so
scary.
fucking creepy.
Yeah.
They're like I described the Borg once as a colony of ants that wants your Xbox, and they use your best friend's hollowed out face to convince you to give it to them. I thought it was a brilliant analogy.
But until the Borg Queen, it did.
Until they
ruin
brought
that.
about the Borg Queen, and it just is
And
not
that movie
scary
would have been.
anymore.
That movie still would have been great. Like if you cut out all the scenes of the Borg Queen, the Borg in that movie are creepy. They still work really well as the
They're
Borg.
all right.
Up until
It's
the Borg
not a bad
showed
movie.
up. Yeah, I like the movie. I still like the movie. I don't care.
I mean, when I first saw it, I was so fucking happy
Yeah,
because they
I thought it
got
was
rid of
one
the
the greatest
stupid,
movies.
shitty Enterprise D. Enterprise DE looks really fucking sweet. It's like slick and fucking sexy, and it almost looks. It's like they're bridging the gap between the Enterprise A and the Enterprise D. Like it had the winged fucking nacelles. It was still kind of flattened out, but it was almost like a happy medium between the two. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And so I like the Enterprise E. It looks all right.
I like it. I do like the D. I like the E. I like the ship designs.
I never liked Enterprise D. I remember when I was 5 years
You
old.
never
when it
liked the
first-
D?
No, when I was like 5 years old and Next Generation first aired, and I first saw the Enterprise, I'm like, that's not the Enterprise. What the fuck is that?
As a
'Cause
giant saucer, that's for sure.
It's fucking stupid looking. I hate the Enterprise D. Fuck that
I
shit.
I still like it. I don't know. There's something about it that's it's a weird design actually. It's a very odd looking design because it's like this giant saucer and like this saucer would separate and shit.
I remember one of the big complaints that Chuck had right at the beginning was that
Chuck.
it was designed like a mall.
Oh, like yeah, a giant mall in space. Darth Maul, you mean?
Fuck Darth Maul.
Fuck Darth Maul. Fuck you, Rick Berman. You
When he
ruined this movie
mentions
too.
the reference to
What are midichlorians?
fuck, I don't remember it.
But yeah, the
So it
fuck.
was like the
Midi-chlorian
Enterprise is
count.
now arriving in, and this is from the first episode too, Encounter at Farpoint, which certainly was a very
It's-
disappointing piece of shit.
It is no. I do like Encounter Farpoint. I do enjoy. That's pretty good. It's not
Though
bad.
for a pilot, it's a
Yeah.
huge letdown.
Yeah,
Doesn't he?
yeah.
The first thing he does is surrender.
Yep.
That's embarrassing. That's not a proud thing.
For a French guy, it
But
makes sense.
that's
though.
what fucking Lucas, or not fucking Lucas,
Fuck
but
you, Rick Berman.
fucking
Fuck you,
Mirror
Rick
Universe Lucas
No,
wanted.
that was that pilot
Yeah,
was
fucking
all Roddenberry.
Roddenberry.
That was Roddenberry's fault. That bullshit.
Absolutely, and that's why I don't like Gene Roddenberry. He's a cunt.
Fuck Gene
He's a
Roddenberry.
cuck. He's a cuck. He's a cuck.
He
It's-
really
it's-
didn't do anything for the
No,
sh-
it's
for
the
the
same
show,
as
and
happened
people
with
don't
Star
recognize
Wars. It's
that.
fucking the good shit that happened in Star Wars is not because of George Lucas. It's
Yeah,
because of other
He fought.
people.
He actively fought against it.
Yeah. The fucking but at the same time, my favorite Star Trek movie is Motion Picture, and I know that will make a lot of the people hate the Motion Picture.
That's you know what though. I don't hate that.
I love the Motion Picture. V'ger is so fucking cool.
I don't think I
and
even
creepy.
dislike it, but I think there was a lot of like it needed punching up or something.
Like it wasn't fast paced. It wasn't like an action
Yeah,
movie.
it's very. It
They
is.
were
There's.
trying
It's
to
cool. It's a
solve-
contemplative movie. It's
Yeah,
an actual science fiction movie, like hard sci-fi
Yes,
almost.
they're trying to solve a mystery, and V'ger is so fucking scary and cool. I love fucking V'ger. V'ger's
He's
great.
almost like he's very old Star Trek, where he's like impossibly strong to the point of like impossibly overpowered to the point where he's like bending space time just inside his fucking capsule and shit.
But
It's like,
yeah, but at the same time, Captain Kirk calls a god's bluff, and it's a god that fucking blinks. Captain Kirk, that is like the shining Captain Kirk moment right there. Captain Kirk's like, no, it is fucking Kirk unit.
What do you suggest we do?
Kirk
Spank it?
unit. Yes.
What?
Yes, you like fucking. You like that movie too. You love that movie.
I don't remember that part. What happened in that part?
It's when Spock says that V'ger's a child, and Bones is like, "What do you suggest we do? Spank it?"
And then the Red Letter Media takes that completely out of context. So it's just.
Oh,
what do
Clumsor.
suggest
You know
we
what?
do?
Can I
Spank
invite
it?
Clumsor on?
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
he's
if you like
fucking-
fucking
I
drunk
guess.
ass me.
I guess. Ugh.
Because I don't think Forge and Clumsor have ever been on the same podcast before.
That's a good point. So bringing them together like this, it's like a meeting of the minds.
Yes, Star Trek Talk Minds. Land Mines.
Oh, I don't even think I can stand up right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, just stay sitting, and oh boy, if you have to throw up, you might.
Oh no,
If
I'm
you're gonna
not a
spew,
pussy. No. I
Spew
don't.
into this.
You're gonna spew into this. It's like a folded up Dixie cup.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
That only made him worse too. You know what's funny is that you see him at the auto shop later, and it took me like 5 viewings to realize it was the same guy.
Yeah, that's right. The fucking.
You're all partied out. Yeah, he was because he was so drunk.
Dude, there's only two states to him. It's partied out, where he's utterly fucking trash. He's like on the verge of either passing out or vomiting.
Or dying, and then
Excuse me, I'd like to get by now. Holy shit.
you know what? I'm gonna add Clumsor to the group call against his will, I think.
Yeah, what was that fucking the huge bully guy?
Who?
Whenever I think of a really angry voice, I think of that fucking bully. The bully voice. Fuck, come on.
He's still playing shit. I don't
Can you
know.
hear me?
Oh yeah, there you go. There's Clumsor.
Clumsor. I've never.
Hey,
met
how's it going?
Clumsor before.
That's pretty good. It's how's the blog going? Oh, that's right. It was deleted.
How's the clogging coming
How's the
along?
clogging coming along? Hello, dude. Just fucking.
Hey, Mr. Donut Head, man.
Who's trying to kill you?
kill you?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
that's not. Oh no, this doesn't feel very good at all.
Did you hear that fucking guy came out of the closet recently?
What
Oh,
guy?
Dana Carvey?
The donut guy?
No. The fuck. Oh, what's his
Dana
name?
Carvey.
Dana
The
Carvey.
bad guy in that movie.
Oh,
He's a
Rob
bad-
Lowe.
Rob
Oh,
Lowe.
Rob Lowe, yeah.
Wow. I
Wow.
wouldn't have suspected. That was
It's really not that
Yeah,
surprising.
what a surprise.
some stuff. That's pretty cool, I guess. He always seemed kind of odd. I guess he seemed a little queer.
He always did dress well.
Yes, he always seemed suave.
His teeth were a little too straight.
Yes.
There's a little sugar in his gas tank. Just
He seemed to prefer his left hand over his right hand.
And I learned the platonic love between two men is
That guy was great too. He was also the guy who was laughing like into hysterics when they were when Wayne was holding up the cards that says he blows goats. I have proof. Just that kind of shit.
Oh my god, I need to watch that movie again
It's
just to see if it's as funny
Great
as I
American
remember.
classic that's kind of
it's-
overlooked.
When Dana Carvey's
there are parts that I think hold up, and then there are other parts that.
Yeah, well,
There's a lot of throwaway stuff, but
Yeah.
every comedy needs throwaway material.
Yeah, I think without throwaway stuff, you can't actually have a comedy that's funny, even though it will probably age badly. You have to kind of have weird, random shit just thrown in.
well,
like Alice Cooper trying to be smart.
I loved Alice Cooper in the
Alice
movie.
Cooper
though.
is legitimately
I
smart.
still think that's funny because he's wearing all the makeup and he's carrying a riding crop and all that stuff. And he's talking about the
Milwaukee.
Which means the
Algonquin
good
for
land.
the great land.
Which means the good land.
Yeah.
We're backstage.
We're backstage
Alice
with Alice
Cooper.
Cooper.
my
We're
favorite.
We're Timothy.
I love like fucking Alice Cooper showing up in that one John Carpenter movie. He fucking stabs a dude with a bike.
What?
What was
The bike.
It was part of his Apocalypse trilogy. That movie, it has like,
Oh shit!
God,
he
what is
did-
it called?
Well, it's certainly not The Thing.
No,
Why not? Was
in
it-
the mouth
was
of
it-
madness?
Was it from
No.
not from hell from beyond? Was it from
no,
beyond?
no. That wasn't
Is it,
Carpenter.
Oh shit! You're right. It wasn't.
fucking fuck.
Ghost of Mars.
No,
No,
that wasn't part of
I
that.
was literally just thinking
It was the one where they were in the church and they had like
Yeah, that's
the
the one I'm
fucking
thinking
devil
of.
The
inside like
fog?
a
Is it the fog?
No, yeah,
Oh.
I know what it is. It's the one I was just about to say, and then it just
Prince
never
of
came to
Darkness.
mind.
Prince
Of Darkness, yes, Prince of
Yes.
Darkness.
It's just like Alice Cooper, like all the like hobos were going nuts and surrounding the church, and like he like one of the guys tries to escape, and Cooper just has a bike and half of like the front end is off. He just stabs the dude through the stomach with it, and he's just no speaking parts. You know,
He just shows up.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
nearly as interesting as that one boat anime where they're girls and boats.
But they're boats. It's not an anime though; it's a game.
but they're really hot chicks though.
They're hot. They have
Even though
boats.
they look exactly like every animal, every same face
Well,
animal.
no,
shit.
because one of them wears an eye patch. That's like
Yeah.
technological.
Super hot.
She has like fucking. She has radar.
So hot.
I may sneeze and it might be terrible.
Oh boy!
Just hang on.
I hope you throw up all over your keyboard.
No, Forge is
Throw
not a pussy. Forge does not throw up good booze. Forge gets super fucking. I need
Hold
more.
my boobs.
One of my friends gave me
So
like a
boobs
shit
on
ton of
Clumsor,
cider.
Clumsor, speak to me, Clumsor. Who is Clumsor? Who is this Clumsor that you speak of?
I don't know who I am.
He does the party.
Oh, we're introspective tonight.
But yeah, Clumser is the guy
Oh,
who
shit.
fucking does the party, which maybe some people aren't familiar with, but they should be because it's a fucking like goofy porn comic that's like posted to Hentai Foundry.
It's one
It's
of the
about,
few
like-
good things left on that fucking
Yes.
godforsaken lollyless site.
I don't know. That's a shame.
I am commanding that someone fap in my name. In the name of Forge, do they fap? Fucking masturbation
I don't think that's gonna happen in this stream.
in my name.
But
That's the power I wield.
one thing I know about the party though is that it's about like Dungeons and Dragons, sort of.
Yeah, because the internet needs another Dungeons and Dragons comic.
Well, it needs one
Yes.
that's porn at least.
Order the Stick and
That's
the
true.
Party, the two that I actually read.
So you actually do read webcomics, huh?
Read
No.
Dungeons and Dragons comic books?
But it has fucking in it.
Nerd. Pussy.
Order the Stick is actually pretty fucking. It's pretty amusing.
Oh, I'm being too loud. I gotta stop.
How many White Russians did you have?
2.
Oh,
That's
two.
how
Well,
big
two.
fucking late.
But if you mix if you make a heavy vodka mix, it'll probably get you fucked up.
Also, it depends on how much he's had to eat today.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or the water. How much
Yeah,
water
make sure you
drink.
drink lots of water. It's good for you. You know what's actually better than water though is Gatorade.
I love Gatorade, and I never have a legitimate reason to drink it.
It's a shame.
Because
Oh,
you know, in other words, I don't exercise. I don't get out.
I hate sports.
It tastes like shit. Why would you drink Gatorade?
Because you need to replenish electrolytes that you piss out. You piss
Haven't
out
you
of your
seen-
It's
body.
got what
Idiocracy?
plants crave.
It has what plants crave. It
Yeah.
has electrolytes.
Well, but what are electrolytes? It's
That's
what
like
they use
salt.
to make Brondo.
That's the stuff they used to make Brondo. If you're so smart, how come you don't know that?
Electrolytes are just like sodium, right?
It's sodium, potassium, CO2,
It's salt
It's,
water.
An electrolyte.
it's your
It's salt water.
masculinity that you just kind of leak out of your pores.
Well,
You need to
the alcohol is a natural diuretic, which means that you fucking are gonna piss out a bunch of your body fluids. So you have to replenish them. That's why you get a headache. That's why you get a hangover the next
Forge
day.
needs no
'cause you're dehydrated.
electrolytes. I am far too powerful for electrolytes. I don't
You're
need
gonna
it.
fucking need electrolytes tomorrow. You're gonna wish you had some.
That's good. Boo.
Got some electrolytes to spare. Hey man, I need some
Clumsor.
electrolytes.
Clumsor, let's talk.
All right.
Who are you? Where's
He's-
your,
Party.
where's your artwork? Show me your
Hold
artwork.
on a second. Wait. I showed you this before already. What shit. I have
I
to
drew him that later.
triple click
Oh,
to
shit.
copy the to copy the URL. But here, you've seen this one of Laylee, like half werewolf with a boulder and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're fucking awesome. That's fucking sweet.
To be fair, I think that was better than most of my stuff.
Like, it's got
That's a slight anomaly. Like I didn't mean it to be that good.
You know what? You know what? I definitely shouldn't say on this podcast that you wouldn't take my money for this. I was
Oh.
like, oh, I should give you something, and you're like, no.
Really good fucking contrapposto that you have created here. Oh.
I like even the brown background because Laylee is just the ultimate brown. She's the ultimate in brownness.
The best brown
Should
skin.
mention I'm colorblind.
Oh, so is Brian. Well, I shouldn't say his full name, I guess.
Do it. Say it. Say
Brian
his
Michael
full name.
Bendis.
No.
Brian Michael Bendis, the fucking guy who makes Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
that's
no, that's
shit.
J. Michael Straczynski.
Too fucking.
He also
loud.
writes shitty ass fucking
Gonna get
comic
in
books.
Trouble.
What a
Forge is in
cunt.
trouble.
He's a cunt.
You're a cunt. Fucking. Have you ever heard Christopher Lee reading The Exorcist? It's the funniest shit in the world. You're a cunt, she said.
The actual book. Oh,
I
wait,
heard
hold on.
some of his metal album, the last one he brought out, with the Knights of Charlemagne.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's pretty. It's a little motsy. Like you kind of feel a little embarrassed.
Can't imagine a 90-year-old guy doing a metal album.
It's funny.
Sounds pretty awesome. Here, wait. It's
It's got to be better than who's that
Fucking
fucking
just
guy?
make sure you don't mention this out loud. But here, this link that I
You
just
guys,
pasted
I
in the
have
chat.
to go. I'm being
This-
too loud. I gotta go. I'm being way too loud.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about Star Trek. You passed it up.
Sorry.
Well, we can still
That's
talk. We can still. That's one of the great things about our podcast and us in general is we can still talk about Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah, we started kind of late, and I don't know. You guess you showed up late. Maybe tomorrow we'll do another one then.
Tomorrow, maybe I'll get drunk again. Who knows?
Yeah, and maybe you can fucking talk louder. I don't know. Although it'll probably be late at night. Clumser's always on late, and then I have rotating hours, and then I don't even know what Forge's hours are.
I think me and Forge meeting right now is like that part in Lady Hawk where like the eclipse happens and one's like half wolf and one's like half bird.
You watch Lady Hawk?
Yeah, of course. I love
Oh,
Rutger Hauer movies.
Oh,
I've
never-
seen Lady.
I've only barely heard of it, and I think it was because they referenced it in MST UK once. But
Which is funny because it's such a lovey-dovey movie, and then he did like I think Flesh and Blood that same year, or like around there. I don't know if you ever watched that movie.
I haven't either.
If you like, it's like cited as one of Berserk's influences.
Oh shit,
Yeah, so like you should check that out.
Berserk's probably got a lot of really cool
Alright, I gotta
influences.
go. I'm gonna fucking have to deal with this tomorrow, and it's not gonna be fun.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
good night.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, pop a multivitamin.
Yeah. Well, you should take Gatorade, vitamin, fucking Tylenol, Motrin, and aspirin all at the same time. And then a
Probably not the
laxative,
same
just in case that it makes you constipated, because Tylenol, a lot of Tylenol and Motrin can do that to you. But yeah, there's that. He was really drunk tonight. But yeah, it was fucking. It's first podcast after our blog is deleted. Well, not technically. The first full podcast. I assume you heard the last one.
Yeah, halfway through it went down.
Yeah, which was fun because it's like within a minute of us finding out it was gone, it was like, oh, thank fuck, that's over with. Fuck this shit.
We could finally get on with our lives.
Yeah, which I have. I fucking like dropped it into fifth and fucking floored it in the opposite direction. I pulled a 90-degree turn. I guess that's not an opposite direction, but you know, whatever. I dropped it into fifth.
180 degrees? Or did you pull a
Vaporized.
360?
360.
Yes.
You pull a 360 on me? It's a 180.
Oh, fuck. But the show's been going on for like a fucking couple hours now, actually. But still, there's always stuff to do. I definitely wanted to have you and Forge on at the same time for maybe a little longer than that. Also, we were planning in perhaps a future podcast to like just do a live stream watching of like an MST2K episode.
Oh, jeez.
Just literally just playing a...
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Just a horribly shitty episode.
No, well, no, probably a good one, like fucking Riding with Death, something like that.
The fucking show will be a fucking just...
Oh yeah,
all we're doing is just making other people watch an MST3K.
It might broadcast
episode.
the sound though, wouldn't it? Doesn't it potentially broadcast the actual sound of your computer's audio?
I have no idea. We never got to test it.
But you did with the. Did you turn the sound for this game down all the way first?
Can you hear any sound from this game?
Not through Skype.
Squeak. Then I don't know. I can't test it. I have no way of knowing.
Yeah, I would have to watch the podcast after this, which fucking is...
The volume's at like 5% or something like that, so... Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, it would have to be through the actual YouTube page for us to find out if the sound itself is broadcasting, but it might work because, like, when you did it earlier with the test stream with fucking Stalker... That the sound worked on that. The sound and your mic combined, which I can't get that to happen on my computer, but on yours apparently it works. But Forge told me before how he had like his favorite episode of MST2K, or at least one of them is aside from Space Mutiny, was Overdrawn at the Memory Bank, which has Raul Julia in it, and it's just a fantastic.
The movie that killed Raul Julia. Oh no, wait, that was Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
That was Street Fighter that killed.
Street Fighter probably actually a worse movie than Overdrawn at the Memory Bank. I actually kind of like Overdrawn at the Memory Bank as a movie, even though it's
very much a product of what it is.
I've never actually watched the Street Fighter movie all the way through.
I have never seen it. I've never even seen bits of it, except for like 2-second clips on YouTube or something.
It seemed to have found its audience for people who like crappy movies, but
Raul Julia is so perfect in it though. He's like perfectly tongue-in-cheek, all that stuff.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, it's really as sad that he fucking died. He could have done some of his best work like in the following years or something. Maybe he just would have gone uncast.
He's probably one of those actors that would have just gotten better the older he got.
He was great already too.
Yeah, so like
his career was just about to really take off.
Yeah,
or at the very least, he was starting to really enjoy his success.
Yes.
With the fucking Addams Family movies.
Well, at least he did some really big movies. I mean, the Addams Family movies were huge. Fuck. And those movies are kind of ballsy too because they actually fucked with like the formula. And they were still like good, successful movies because like fucking.
I don't know. I thought I thought the second one wasn't as successful.
Yeah, not the second one so much, but that first one did it so well, and fucking like Christopher Lloyd as Fester, and like he spends almost the entire movie not knowing he's Fester though. So it's weird.
In fact, it seemed to me. I mean, I saw this when I was a kid, but. The suspicion was that he really wasn't Fester.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe he's not actually Fester. Like, it was weird that they were pulling that, and they were so dedicated to that whole bit in the movie. It was kind of bizarre. But it worked, because it gave the movie an arc and all this stuff.
It's pretty fucking edgy for an old 50s TV show, too.
Well, yeah, that's what the original show is, just bizarre too.
Literally just making jokes about kids murdering each other.
Yes,
for
they
a
were actually
game.
killing each other or something. It's sort of like Harold and Maude too, of course, where Harold
It was a
kept faking
little-
suicide.
Little ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Also, the can't remember her name. The chick that played Morticia on the original show, she was just hot as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Morticia, yeah, I think in the movie and the TV show, she was always pretty hot.
Yeah,
It's
Pretty
good.
hot. If you like goth girls.
yeah,
Grills.
I do sometimes.
Let's see. Well, fucking now that Forge left, I'm like trying to think of all the things that we might have talked about anyways. But it's like, that now the show's stalled because really it's like the blog is dead.
Well,
and
we could talk
I'm glad
about. I don't know if Clumsor wants to talk about the sad puppies thing. To me, that was the really interesting thing. We actually didn't get much of a chance to talk about it at all.
We went over the basics of what happened with it, but
Basically, that they, beyond the shadow of a doubt, proved that they're biased against conservative art.
yeah,
rights.
absolutely.
Or
Which is
rather,
funny because
not even
there's-
just conservatives, but anyone who isn't hard left.
Yeah,
You're
like
right.
even like libertarians or just like I don't know about non-political, but like because I'm sure there's other liberals and libertarians or just apolitical people who are on the Sad Puppies slate who then were punished because they were on the slate, and it's like they were trying to go for quality. They weren't even trying to go necessarily for politics. Like they weren't trying to get conservative authors like nominated. They were trying to get non-liberals nominated. And
It was just to prove a political point, and man, did it get it got proven like 300%.
And yeah, I have this. Did this get posted? As Shitty
It's a
Web
shame
Comics?
that, God, it's such a shame that like that has to like totally, in sci-fi of all places, like
Yeah, exactly.
It-
Fucking who's the guy who wrote?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Heinlein.
yeah, exactly.
Highlight, yeah,
And now
And-
he's called a fascist, and the movie was a parody
and his sexist.
of his beliefs.
his
Yeah,
book was dangerously
yes,
sexist.
fascism and dangerously archaic sexism, and it's just like no, this is actually just a lot of these are just forgotten truths. That's why.
Well,
I
I mean,
call
he was
sexism
a-
now.
Rich
The
masculine.
thing is, anybody who's read Heinlein knows that like that. I won't argue that like he didn't have some crazy ideas, but he's all over the place. Like he's a fucking weirdo nudist. He was all about like Starship Troopers is all about trying to someone putting value on like being a citizen, and like that whole concept of like you can't really know what it's like to be a citizen unless you've actually sacrificed for the greater good, and like the thing is like they make out in the movie like the only way to gain citizenship is doing military service, but like the whole thing in the book is it's doing any service for society. Like if you're too shitty to get into the military, they'll find something else for you to do. Like
Be a
the
teacher.
yeah, or like fuck, scrape bubble gum off sidewalks, for because that's the only good thing we found you can do. Or
Or when
another
kids are
example,
stomping on fucking cockroaches on sidewalks, someone has to scrape those off as the mom is clapping hysterically.
right? Like in the book, like when Rico first goes to the recruiting center, like some of the examples they give is like, well, we can give you a job testing out, survival equipment on like one of the moons of Titan or whatever, and that could be kind of dangerous, but we need people to do this, and but he ends up in the military, he ends up in mobile infantry, and
That's
they're
pretty
doing
dangerous,
everything
too.
they can't. Like in the movie, they make it like, yeah, come on, whatever, more meat for the grinder. And in the book, they're all like, even at the recruiting center, they're like, no, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. You're just a fucking idiot. You're probably not doing it for the right reasons. Think real fucking hard. And then even in the book, they like give you like a full day where you can bow out.
And that's
and-
which is how like the military is treated today. Probably back
Right.
then, it's like, oh, you're dumb if you sign up for the military. You're baby killers.
So, what
Yeah.
are you saying that Paul Verhoeven fucked up the book as much as he fucked up Batman and Robin?
I think you're thinking of Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
What?
And to be fair, I don't think Joel Schumacher's bad. I think there were other factors involved there. Like, I love Lost Boys. It's a good fucking dumb vampire movie.
I never saw that movie. I never read. I really haven't read many sci-fi books either. Jurassic Park, mostly Michael Crichton's books.
Yep, those are science fiction, but yeah, I read pretty much every Michael Crichton book. Now those are good though.
Those are actually good.
But aside from that, yeah, didn't we both tried reading Dune and it didn't work out too well.
I mean, I really like the Verhoeven movie. Like
I do too, because it's a
good on its
trashy
own
movie.
Yeah,
it's a bad adaptation of the book, but I think it makes a good movie on its own. And
But the thing is that
a woman gets speared through the chest multiple times by an alien bug. That's pretty cool.
They wouldn't. That's another movie they probably won't be able to make today.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, people back then, even other shit libs, were like, "Oh, this movie's fucking fascist." Like, not they.
It's
they
not as if
it.
The movie is clearly not endorsing fascism.
Yeah.
I guess they don't understand
Although,
that.
you know what's funny is that it doesn't demonize it as much as like a modern movie like should. And I put should. There's not enough quotes to put should around it, but should demonize fascism because it just makes it look like kind of a mundane thing.
Yeah. Well, another thing too is like, there's a very diverse group of people. They don't pay. They don't. There's black people, white people, Hispanic. All the people are in the military. They're all different sexes. They totally treat both sexes exactly the same in that movie.
Like shit.
Yeah.
You're all equally worthless, in other words.
So they're strangely progressive in their...
Yes.
Their,
Michael Ironside is transabled.
Yes. But their prosthetic limbs look really cool in that movie.
Yeah, his fucking robot arm. It's pretty sweet. It's sort of like the one in Army of Darkness. It's made out of a fucking
made out of
armor suit. It's pretty sweet. Gauntlet. But my favorite part of that movie, though, is he sticks his fingers in the guy's brain hole and he's like, "They sucked his brain." It's just like the best line in history.
My favorite part of that movie is when the dude, the guy who played fucking Quado in Total Recall, and he's going nuts and the bugs are attacking and he just comes out going like, "We're all gonna die!" And then they shoot out the flying bug and it falls and it just smushes them. And then Jake Busey and fucking Casper Van Dien's character look at each other and just kind of go, laugh at it. But, yeah.
That was a good movie. And you know what was cool is that was one of the first movies where they could actually portray a giant army of fucking crazy giant insects killing people and that kind of shit, because you could really only do that with CG. Either that or fucking stop motion, which would look really weird.
Actually, I remember seeing the trailers for that, and it's like, well, this is an interesting new development in movie making. Mm-hmm. It's like a classic sci-fi B monster movie, but it's got modern effects.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still cool in that sense. So yeah, it works pretty well. Yeah, I have this article from everyjoe.com, Politics in Print, Why You Should Care About the 2015 Hugo Award. I've had this open, I haven't read it, but it's pretty good because it goes over the whole... I posted this to the Shitty Webcomics board, which... It's funny because, we have a podcast. Where should we post this? Oh, there's the board, which, not as many people are going to even find out about this. But I follow people on Tumblr, like, "Sir, you are being mocked," and that kind of stuff. It's like, should I keep following these people? Because, it's not like I can reblog their posts to anything. So
I guess you could always just make a blog that's entirely dedicated to reposts.
I'm not making any more blogs though. Fuck.
Right,
I'm done with Tumblr completely.
But I'm just saying that requires minimum effort on your part.
But I still that's what I felt like I was doing all day long.
One free bullet. I did it.
Oh, you got the achievement?
That's probably the hardest achievement in all this, aside from getting all of the fucking squishing all the
Did you just finish the whole game?
Well, episode 1.
I'll be right back. Gotta piss.
All right. I think it's almost time to wrap up the podcast now, isn't it?
Well, let's I can set some more fucking zombies on fire with. It has to be with flares.
You can do that. Well, that sounds like one you can just grind. But yeah, well, let's go for a little bit longer, and then we'll probably wrap up, and we can, we will do more podcasts. We still clearly have more goofing around, because I mean, these are just for fun.
Laughing, goofing, joking around. Man.
The only difference is we don't have to fucking we don't have to answer asks anymore.
We don't have to fucking entertain the thoughts of stupid jagoffs who think they're on our level. Oh shit.
They're not on our level. Holy shit.
I should be getting to sleep really soon because I gotta be... I don't know what time I'm gonna be up for fucking playing...
Wes Craven just died.
Yeah, I saw that.
He died yesterday.
Pretty sure I said that.
Wes Craven's dead.
West Craven.
Best Craven.
Craven Moorhead.
Craven Morstead. Some nice Dickens coffee. What? But yeah, I'm reading this thing about.
So anyway, I got Pacifist.
Pacifist. Yeah, that's
one free bullet.
I think I tried those. I don't know if I have those achievements myself, but that.
I don't really give that much of a shit about achievements, especially.
Are you gonna play Stalker next time though?
Stalker's already uninstalled. I'm already done with it. It was
Yeah.
not very stable to begin with. Although I didn't have it crash, but I mean the keyboard lag was insane. And when that shit happens,
you're gonna have to clean off one of those other
when
keyboards.
When that fucking shit happens, I can't even hit escape. I don't even see any fucking flares. What the fuck? I mean, I guess I don't need to fucking use the... Shit.
Yeah, the sad puppy stuff is sad puppies. It kind of depresses me.
It's puppies. It's sad.
That shit makes me fucking... That makes me squeal with joy, just knowing they obliterated their own dumb fucking award ceremony. Their own incredibly biased award ceremony.
See, the thing is your average person isn't even gonna know that.
Yeah, they're not going to find out the true story about this because, of course, the media is going to bury it. They're either going to bury it or they're going to misinform everyone and say these evil conservatives tried to attack the thing.
But the thing is, they still can't. They're not going to be able to fucking control the narrative on this without basically forcing people to find out more. It's going to be hard for them to control the frame, basically.
Yeah.
What the fuck's even down here? Holy shit, that looks really distant. You know what then? I guess I don't want to fucking bother.
Anyways, yeah, I think today's podcast, we're going to wrap up pretty soon anyway, so...
Alright.
But we definitely want to
too.
have Forge and Clumsor on again sometime, because it would be good to team up.
And also maybe Pleb and fucking...
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're still waiting for an opportunity to let Jerk, or not fucking...
Yeah, whatever, but still, yeah, we want to keep bringing wonderful content to what's left of the blog, which, kind of dropping like a grenade.
We aren't dying.
We basically dropped the blog like a fucking grenade onto Tumblr. It exploded while we walked away in slow motion with sunglasses on.
Right.
Red sunglasses, of course. Which I still have to make that banner. It's still, last time I checked, fucking 8chan wasn't going to let me add banners. So I was like, but I definitely want to add one to the 8chan board.
It sounds like a problem.
It's a problem. Yeah, it's sad that fucking 8chan's getting... It's like it's a real info wars. A war for your mind. That's really what it is, though, is that people really want to control the information you're allowed to know or understand or hear. It's like it's getting creepy. And I think we need to fight it with fucking machine guns.
It's weird. Well, I don't think you can fight it with machine guns. That's the problem.
Yeah, because it's still an information infowars.com.
Here's the the more and more I like the way technology is going, and unless like countermeasures don't proportionately like evolve with it, nobody's going to have any sort of everybody's going to be able to control like what you see and hear, and you're not going to have any personal life anymore. And it's getting that bad now, but
Yeah, because the people are like willingly throwing away their fucking privacy.
yeah. But it's going to get to the point where like you're going to be ruled, shit like doxing and everything. You're going to be ruled by like the popular idea of what proper behavior is, and
And it's not even really a correct idea of proper behavior.
Right.
It's just what a
I
political.
don't know. I think there's always
concept
going
of
to
it.
be there's going to be more of a backlash against that. I mean, maybe not.
I hope so.
Maybe not like a fucking permanent backlash, but I think it's the more that people have their fucking freedoms curtailed, especially in the modern age. I think we're going to see a lot more people getting punished for like doxing and basically calling everything harassment while engaging in harassment.
What would help is if they got sued for doing it, like if Gawker got sued into oblivion, or if these fake rape claim Wambian feminists got sued, the fucking colleges got sued. Sue everybody. That's what should happen.
Yeah,
is that
what's
they should all be
the
sued for that.
state on the Hogan situation?
Yeah, I still don't know. I don't really even keep up with it, but I'm hoping that it's just like Gawker went into such damage control that I think they were able to sort of avoid it, because I guess Gawker still exists, but like Ashley Madison is fucking falling apart, and that was stuff that wasn't even necessarily directly their fault, but
they're the ones that broke that story, right? Or
I forget. Well, I think Ashley Madison. It was like I know Breitbart posted about it, and fucking I think Drudge Report and that kind of shit.
Mm.
But yeah, Gawker may have had some fucking not really relation to that. But I have a feeling Gawker, their employees ended up on the site.
yeah, but you think like whoever is responsible for that, there's bound to be some powerful people on there fucking around.
Yeah,
And
they've
then
already
they're gonna
found
be
a bunch of
angry about that shit.
like fucking state and government employees and that kind of shit.
I think
Probably
I
bigger than
remember.
state.
I think I remember, and this could be completely incorrect, but somebody like did a study of like the user base for Ashley Madison, and it's like 90% male, and all the other accounts are fake.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't even know.
10% of them were women.
And most of them were just like links to porn sites or cam whores or something.
Or something. I really don't know much about it. I don't
Or
even
that-
know if any of that's true.
Because, well, I know a lot of people are claiming, like, hey, someone made a fake account with my name and an email address on Ashley Madison. And it's like, really? Is that how that
yeah.
happened?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Just like, just trying to duck the
People trying to
blame.
cover their asses.
Yeah.
I know some of that though. I mean,
But I also-
any
I wouldn't
guy
be
who is
surprised if
under
someone tried to do that.
Fucking shit. He probably, because I know this from reading a lot of the fucking MRA and men's blogs and shit like that. So many married guys just end up fucking in a completely sexless marriage, either because she's a fat pig or she just starts withholding sex. And so these guys have like zero sexual outlet in the only legal sexual outlet in America.
hmm
So
Yeah,
it's-
it's
you
just
can't.
cheating.
You
I would
can't,
argue you're probably better off trying to find it, like going the illegal route and getting a hooker.
Yeah,
you
get
know,
an
or-
actual hooker than
Mm-hmm.
fucking signing up on Ashley Madison. Where, like, if you wanted to delete your account, they charged you more money. It's like, that's fucked up. So it just sounds like the whole site sounds like a
Sounds
fucking
like a-
scam.
It's a big scam.
Mhm.
Fuck that.
I remember they used to advertise constantly on like the fucking Opie and Anthony channel too, and it's like, wow, this sounds really fucking sleazy.
Yeah,
Is this?
it's really-
These are the only losers that they can get to advertise for them. There's that, and then there's Dry Balls. It's a fucking actual product, an actual just a deodorant meant specifically for your balls.
Just stick some talc on your balls.
Yeah, which is probably all it was. Oh no, fucking whatever. But still. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still because we fucking burned out a bunch of the immediate topics. But yeah, fucking.
Well, there's I don't think we've burned out Star Trek. We just haven't gone over
Star Trek.
Have you ever, Clumser? Have you ever fucking seen the SF Debris reviews?
Not all of them. I have been going through the Deep Space Nine ones because that's actually I've never actually watched that series all the way through, and I know people are like, "That's the best one."
Yeah.
But like, I couldn't.
The final 10 episodes are like it has like the best finale. At least Forge definitely thinks that like the DS9 finale is better than the TNG one, and I kind of agree, especially because
It also
like,
has the best
10
pilot.
episodes,
It actually has the best pilot of probably
Yeah.
the entire franchise.
except for like one cheesy second of it. But aside from that, it's excellent. Phone rape, proximity rape, mind rape.
What?
That's
What?
something I reblogged from End Women's Suffrage.
Delightful.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
but
Fucking running
that was like
wires.
original series and Next Generation. And
Yeah, I like TNG a lot.
Yeah, that was my jumping on point was TNG, and so I'll always kind of have a soft spot for it. Even seasons 1 and 2, which are definitely the worst.
Horrific.
They're
But
horrific, but I'd still
I get the
rather
impression
watch
all
them.
of those were scripts left over from the original series.
yeah,
or like
or Phase
attempted
2.
rehashes. Yeah, or
Yeah,
Phase-
actually, we know for a fact that some of them were from Phase 2 because we had that book that described the early drafts of a lot of those episodes, where Ilea was actually supposed to be in fucking Counselor Troy's place for that episode, The Child.
The child, which is what she is. That's what Feature is.
Fucking, I just bounced a car off of fucking Alex's head. That's nice.
I think Clums were disconnected. Shit.
He's so done.
Hold
So
on while we
done
try
with
to
the
get the
shit.
call back, it says.
Is he just done with us? Fuck this Star Trek.
I think either
this whole-
I think either our internet is disconnected. No, our internet can't be disconnected because we're talking to it.
Still says that I'm live.
Yeah, it says, I don't know, it says that there's some fucking kind of call quality information. What is it? Connection, there's a problem with this call, but we're talking to each other still.
Talking to each other. Well, I mean, you know, I can understand.
Well, alright, the modem's on, so the power's on. Maybe I think Clums are disconnected. Oh, fuck. Let me try and I am him.
Well, the stream ends when I stop broadcasting, and I'm fucking so burnt. And there's only one thing left. There's only one day left to fucking not die to experience, even though the game series is, I can't believe how much the fanboys of Metal Gear the Metal Gear series is so over fucking rated at this point.
Even though you're gonna play the shit out of it when you fucking...
I'm going, if it's anywhere
I
near
wanna
as
play
good
it
as
too.
Piss Walker was, I'm going to play it multiple times.
Pisswalker, Pisswasser.
I only
This is
played
beer.
Piss Walker one
Oh
time.
yeah, Clums are disconnected.
Oh no.
He's fucking... He's not on right now. Whatever, though.
No. But anyway, I played Piss Walker only one time, but I mean, you can replay the missions over and over, which is one of the fucking
Yeah, I
appeals.
like that about that, is that it's almost cheap in the way that it recycles material, but it's so fucking... It's so much more preferable.
It's more like a real video game.
Video games.
Video game.
But yeah, that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. But yeah, if they don't need to do much, just do that. Just make it like Peace Walker but with better graphics and fucking
Pizza Walker.
let me upgrade my shit more. Let me actually fucking upgrade my gear. Let me build a high-powered camera. Lets me take pictures of goats, so I can plaster the wall of my
High-powered
mobile
pictures of
helicopter.
4K pictures of goats.
4K pictures of goats and fucking Quiet's fucking ass and tits.
Yes. Her pussy. Can you see her cunt flaps? That's what I want to know. If they fucking made
Highly
the
defined.
textures that defined.
That would be a good idea. I wonder if the
Just
game will be
not
moddable.
I hope we
Will the
didn't
game
crash
have
Club
mods?
Source connection. That would be cool, but I have a feeling that the game's going to be a little too tightly wound to allow mods. But,
Oh, fuck.
I mean, shit, but when the game comes out, you know, I'll be able to check that shit out.
So fuck you.
Fucking sucking. Snowden! Anyways,
Fuck.
yeah, Clumsor's crashed out. He might take a while to get back, but, I mean, we could wrap up the
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I
podcast.
should just... I fucking need to... I'm not going to be able to get to sleep, but I should definitely... Oh, fuck. You know what? Hold on a fucking second. Here's some flares. I have not gotten any indication that I'm setting more zombies on fire with flares. So let me actually
You have
fucking
to throw
do
them or
this.
touch them with it.
You just gotta fucking touch them. But so far I've set like 10 of them on fire and nothing's happened.
That sounds goofy. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing about some of the old Valve game achievements is that like they just don't work. Didn't we finally get the chairs one recently? And it was just like, ugh.
The chair... Oh yeah, the fucking...
Left 4 Dead.
Right, Wedding Crashers. Right, fuck. That was
That was
the worst
ridiculous.
fucking shit. Basically, I had to cheat.
It didn't work.
Found
Yeah,
a
it didn't
cheat.
work properly. It just didn't fucking work. It's like Cold Fusion. It doesn't work.
Game just froze up to autosave.
Yeah, I noticed that when you're fucking streaming.
Definitely should never fucking have to freeze up to autosave. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no idea what the fuck's going on with my computer. I've easily beat the minimum specs and the recommended specs for this game by a millennia. I almost set fucking Alex on fire. Okay, he fucking immediately swaps the flare out of my fucking hand. Great. I tried to set zombies on fire with this piece of shit.
Can you just throw it at him?
Then I'd lose it.
When it bounce off of him or something?
Fuck. Where's another flare? Fuck. Why the fuck do I not already have full armor? Shit. Ah, fucking fast zombies. They're the worst. Okay, here. Man, Alex is getting just destroyed because I'm not actually...
Your fucking
I'm
key
not
typing
helping.
is even louder than ever. Key typing.
Fuck, there goes again.
Again.
Oh, fuck, okay, it's already burnt out. Okay, wait, here's another. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, fuck. See, every time they hit me, the fucking flares just go flying. Motherfuck.
You gotta
Okay,
strafe them.
there's a flare.
Circle strafing.
Shit, how do I even fuck... Okay, here. Okay, the flare's already not in my hands anymore. There's a lit flare. How to get across here?
I could go for a tuna fish sandwich right now.
Yeah, well, you said that the tuna fish was fucked.
Yeah, I know. The fucking... Yeah, the...
Oh, there,
like-
there we go. Fuck, finally. Holy fuck.
Yay! Well, maybe we should wrap up then, and we'll just continue this again next time with either Clumsor or Forge, or both.
It'll probably be with a different game. I just... this was just a test of if we could even stream it. And it was kind of
Yeah,
a pain in the ass.
I still have to, like, listen to it. I have to, like, watch and listen to the fucking show after this to make sure it worked
Yeah,
right or
I
whatever.
have no idea how good this looks. I turned everything all the way down.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I think it will probably come out relatively well. It's a little too fucking stressful at the beginning, but once we get it fucking all sorted away, should be alright. So, yeah, let's wrap this up. And Clumps are still offline, so we must have crashed the shit out of him.
Yeah, stopping the stream.
Alright, see you next time, losers!